8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It does kind of make you feel like a superhero, doesn't it?
It's the only time in life. Give me this one thing.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
Oh, swell. I'm quite good this evening.
Yeah. Have you done much in the last 22 hours since we last saw you?
No, really. I went out to we have a veterans breakfast every week or so. I don't go to all of them, but I had one this morning with a couple of old mates, and that was about it. The rest of the day was spent in the house, doing a bit of modelling and stuff like that. So it's all right.
Excellent.
Yeah. I think I've done more negative modelling than positive modelling.
Explain.
Well, it's when you go backwards and then you have to sort of build forward again.
Okay.
So the tornado, the latest thing I've done is knock the one of the stabilators off. But I've done. Oh, I don't know if you could see all the
panel lining.
Yeah, panel lining. I'll change the camera. Just give me a mo. That one, and that button. There we go. So.
Oh, that's a better picture.
Yeah.
Now it's gone out of focus.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, El Bastardo.
There you go.
Yeah, so, it's oil wash. That was Starship Filth. Abtylan colour. So, yeah, so the negative modelling, apart from knocking off that horizontal stab, I've also ripped one of the side out of one of the biplane on the tail, so that's a bit of a bugger.
How have you managed to do all that?
Well, I put it in the spray booth on its stand on that thing. Now the spray booth has a hell of an angle on the back of it, so I put it in. They call it the mighty fin for a reason.
Yeah.
And it sort of knocked the fin and then knocked the aircraft sideways, and it just went into the side of the booth, and it wasn't good. But that bit there, see how it's in line with the rudder? Yeah. So I was using microsol on it to get the decal to sort of sit, and obviously I think the brush bristles worked under the decal and just ripped it out, and they just dissolved it really around the bristles of the brush. So I can't save it. I'll just have to paint it with. I've got some beige paint, and I'll sort of give that a go because that. Let's see, the tip of that is close enough to that. I'll give that a crack. There's not much else I can do. Apart from that, see, I nearly knocked it off again just now.
It was going so well.
Was it though? Yeah, no, I am happy with it. It's looking good. And the other thing I've been working on is hardly. So the Fokker E3 Iron Decker, I wasn't happy with the mating of the top and bottom seams. So I've just been sanding the bejeebers out of that. So it's all back to it's as flat as I can make it really, without affecting the aluminium around the nose there. So that'll do with a bit of a respray. And then once that happens, I think it's very straightforward. I'll just move on to page 2 of the assembly, which is not much involved. It's basically, horizontal stab rudder and tailplane, undercarriage, so details. So I could do that this evening, or one of the pods for the tornado. I haven't really decided which way to flop. So I think, I don't know, maybe I'll do the Iron Decker.
You could always ask
because this is wet still. You can see it's still shiny. Well, that's a gloss coat on it, but it's oil. So I didn't actually have to thin it down. I just used a cotton bud and just moving it all sort of back in the direction of flow. I don't want to handle it too much because it's still wet. So I don't want to get fingerprints on it. So I want to let that dry for 2 days or so.
Stop playing with it.
Yeah. So I can just do this as a respite, I guess.
Yeah. Stop playing with the other one, it'll make you go blind.
Yeah. Now, what about you? Show the world what you've been doing.
my ugly mug. There you go. So I decided that. Ooh. Okay. So I decided that the rock my dragon sits on is far too smooth. So this will focus. So I used milliput to sharpen up the edges and put some sharp edges on it, so that it gets a bit more better, sharper transition between light and dark and things. So it should look a bit better, and it'll fit in better with these little rocks. And I've also used it to put a dam round here, so that I can paint it and then put UV resin in, so it looks like water on the rocks. So, yeah, I'm going to be spraying that today. Hence why my spray is out here. And I'll take my big ugly mug, or as somebody calls me, my big hairy chops. Yes, Ivan, we did see. Speaking of which, let's go through the chat.
Sure.
Julian says, optimist as always, already like the stream. Like it on your way in, people. Morning, Mikey, Tiff, and John. Good morning, Julian.
Hey.
Dark Side says, morning, Julian. Ivan says, good morning, all. Duke says, good day, all you beautiful people. Good day, Duke. Jim says, good morning, Modmin. Damn you. Jim says, hello, Duke, Julian, Chef Ivan. Chef says, good day, Duke, matey. Duke says, like button smashed. Now I can't use my computer anymore. Good job I typed this before I smashed it. Ivan says, good morning, Jim, across the pond there.
Yeah.
And Jim says, it's Friday. It is. And by the time we finish, it'll be Saturday for John.
Yeah.
Almost. Duke says, good day, Tiff, Mikey, John, Julian, Ivan, and Jim so far. Duke says, Friday fun day. Ivan says, managed to get hold of that tiger sprue. Excellent.
Oh,
How
excellent.
did you find it? Duke says, well done, Ivan. And Ivan says, thank you, mate. Darkside says, nice one, Ivan. And Ivan says, thank you, Modest Sausage, and good morning, too. Stop thinking of Keir Starmer whenever you hear the word sausage.
Oh, no.
Jim says, good news on the sprue, chef. How did you do it? Ivan says, I'll go make a coffee before old hairy chops arrives to open the shop. Laugh aloud. Be right back. Jim says, good morning. Evening to our two gracious hosts. Good morning, Jim. Secrets of the Past Para History is in. He says, good morning, lads. Good morning, Secrets. Jim says, watch the reviews on the Victor and Hercules, John. Both kits look very good.
Thank you, Jim.
But did you like the videos? You may
I
have liked
didn't.
them, but
So
did you
I
like
can expect him to.
Jim says, morning, Ivan, Duke, and Jim. Jim says, good morning, Para. Secret says, morning, Jim. Ivan says, Mikey / John, high five, good morning, both. High five.
Like a thickhead.
Spank him, John. Spank him. Jim says, morning, Secrets. Secret says, morning, Julian. And Jim says, question, does the Hercules version you have, John, include accommodations for a water closet?
I'd have to check.
If not, you shall have to make one.
Yeah. I'll have to check. I didn't look that closely. Yeah, because the H had it on the port side and it was just basically a bucket with a little bit of blue Radisson in it. The J has a flushing toilet.
Which is basically a metal thing that sits on the side.
And a receptacle on the outside, you put a big hose on and you can press a button and listen to all the dookies sort of flow out and into the dookie monster. And it's bad when the dookie monster truck suction thing dies in the Middle East, and after about 5 days or so you've got 92 packs or so, all those dookies in the dookie receptacle, and then the load master says it stinks, you need to get rid of that. Yeah, so we triple bagged a couple of garbage bags inside one another, taped it on there with airframe tape, hit the button, and it's just all these, you can see them cartwheeling down into the bag and stuff like that. And the guy I was with said he had a queasy sort of stomach, he doesn't like sort of toilet stuff, so hit the button and he's going bleh, bleh, And I said, and there's a pause, and then there's one, and I said, oh, that one sounded like mine. And he threw up on my shoes. Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I remember when we were in Iraq, they had the cesspit guys that come in. The Iraqis would come in with the cesspit wagons, wouldn't they?
Mm.
And they'd just take the tube off the back, shove it in the cesspit,
Yeah.
suck it all up, and then they just grab hold of the tube with the bare hands,
I
put it in,
know.
and then just get in the truck and start driving. Like,
Yeah.
that's like a few hundred people's worth of turds.
War is hell.
Yeah.
Moving on quickly.
Ivan says, "Hi, secrets." Darkside says, "Morning, everyone. Hit that like button on your way in, please." Yes. Secret says, "Hey, chef. We've just lost John."
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, he's just collapsed.
Grabbing the thing.
Oh, he's getting his thing out.
Mm.
Jim says, "Operation Like successful. Excellent." Duke says, "Good day, secrets." Jim says, "Mikey, can't help but notice similarities of your dragon to my ex-mother-in-law." Very good. Timothy says, "Evening all."
Timbo.
Julian says, "Looking nice, Mikey. Will you be using a zenithal technique to highlight the dragon rock? The sharp edges will accentuate the highlighting anyway." Yes, I am. That's the idea. Julian says, "Hi, Timothy." Ivan says, "From Dave Coley, he has a model shop near sunny Skegness." Ooh. Hammy. Duke says, "Good day, Tim." Duke says, "I like the video, John. But did you watch it?" Or did you just click like? Jim says, "Hello, Timothy." GB Models in. He says, "Hello there." Hello, GB Models. Graham's in. He says, "Good morning, all." Good morning, Graham.
Hey, Graham.
Ivan's in. He says, "Hi, Tim." We know he's in. He's been in here all the time. Secret says, "Hey, Duke." Ivan says, "Graham, good morning, mate." June says, "Mike, in Iraq, did the same guys who emptied the cesspit do your meals? If so, I hope they wash their hands." No, we were actually really lucky on our camp because we actually had proper Indian chefs. So they would get 10-man ration packs in, and they would just make amazing meals every day.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Ivan says, "Good." Oh, Graham, I think so too. Good morning. Oh no, GB. Good morning. Yeah, GB Models. Duke says, "Unfortunately, I mean fortunately, I watched it all."
Freudian slip there. Thank you very much.
Yes. Jim says, "Glad to know it worked out well, chef. Now you can carry on with building the model. Hurrah!" And Graham says, "Hi, Ivan." Whew, there we go. 13 minutes this time. We're doing well. Right, I'm going to plug my headphones into my microphone so that I can hear you talking. Julian's. Oh, no. Somebody says, Duke says, "Good day, GB Models and Graham."
All right.
So Model says, "Hi, chef." Oh, go on.
There we go. That's the folded up toilet there. You hit a thing and you can unlatch it, and that's it there. But unfortunately, they put one on. Yeah, on the other side as well. Well, the H's had it there, and it looked different. But that does look like a J model one. So I'll just put one on one side and just do that. Hooray! But yes.
June says, "Morning, Graham and GB." I think we missed one as well. Jim says, "To answer Mikey's question, yes, I did like both of John's videos." And then he says, "At GB Models, hey GB." Then GB says, "Hi Duke." And "Hi Jim." There we go. So you'll have to let me know what this sounds like when I plug this in.
It sounds like bongos.
Bongo, bongo, colicon bongo. Oh God, I can hear myself in these.
All right. Well, I'll put that over there. So yeah, I reckon I'm going to just paint this green and then continue with the Eindecker. He's gone. Where are we? I should have done this before we went live, and I can continue the rest of it. But oh well.
What the hell's going on now? For some reason, whenever I make any slight change to StreamYard, whether it's plugging headphones in or whatever, it shucks my camera out for some reason.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to hear me over this spray booth.
Well, I don't know. I can't hear a spray booth. I can. Your voice has dropped about 14 octaves.
Has it?
Well, it sounds like you're, I don't know, in the cone of silence.
I'll unplug it then.
Oh no, it's fine. I could hear you. Well, let's see what the audience say. Is that good? Can you understand him? And if so, we'll carry on.
It's all right. I've unplugged it now. Too late. You complained. I've unplugged it.
Still feels or sounds different to what it did a moment ago.
Julian said it sounds like your head's in a bucket. It's all echoey. Yeah, I've unplugged it now. It's just really, it's because this microphone's designed more for recording than streaming. So it allows you to hear yourself as you're speaking.
Right.
There's a very slight delay on it so that you can check that the sound levels are right. So, yeah. Jim says, Graham, hello to you and welcome. GB says, hi, Graham. Duke says, those earphones work well, Mikey. Julie says, sadly, we can hear you too, Mikey. Whoops, was that out loud? I hurt, I believe. Julian says, sounds like your head's in a bucket now, Mikey. Echoey, echo. Duke says, Julian, my new Facebook buddy. Ha ha ha. I can imagine them two causing a lot of mayhem on Facebook together. Dark Side says, sounds like you're using a webcam mic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Graham says, I've reverted back to a username I use elsewhere because I always being asked if I'm from Blur. Jim says, sounds like you're under a bucket. Yeah, I've unplugged it now.
It still sounds like your sort of head's half in a bucket.
Is it still? Oh, do you know what? Has it set itself to? It has. It set itself to bloody microphone. Stupid epoxy thing.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, I believe so.
Stupid epoxy fucking StreamYard. Ivan says, sounds a tad bass, but that's from his days in the Welsh choir. I was in the school choir when I was a kid, in high school, because if you played an instrument, you have to join the choir. Steve's in, he says, hi guys. Hello, Steve. And Gary Evans is in, he says, morning, evening, chaps. Hello, Gary. Kieran says, morning, all. Duke says, Graham, are you from Blur? I've woken up in a blur sometimes too. June says, moi? Cause mayhem? Never. Well, not when there's a K in the month. Jim says, much better, Mikey. Excellent. Jim says, Duke, good day, Gary. No, Duke says, good day, Gary. There you go. Yeah. Because I'm thick and apparently dyslexic at some point. Jim says, good morning, Steve. Posh Gary. Duke says, good day, Kieran. Graham says, hello, Gary. Ivan says, wait, Rose Gary. High five, matey. Secret to the Past says, hello, Steve Gaming and Gary. Ivan says, hi, Steve. And Kieran says, hi, Duke. There we go. Since I'm going to be spraying, even though it's only 20 minutes past, do we want to put the link up for people to come up?
Oh, I'm happy with that.
So that you've got somebody to talk to whilst I'm spraying?
Sure.
Yeah. Modders, if you kindly do the honours. There you go. If you want to come in, you can come up and chat to John whilst I'm spraying. You can talk to me as well if you want, but whether I hear you or not is another matter.
Oh.
Ooh, 16
So
people watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to be helping out my local Lions Club as they're having a high tea, so I'm going to be serving all the ladies. They want me to wear a bow tie. I feel like I'm going to look like, a stripper.
What? Nothing. I asked you to wear a bow tie and nothing else.
Well, no, that was my idea, but they don't know about that yet. But so I'm getting myself all ready. Bron refuses to shave my back though. She just keeps on, I don't know, just sort of making sounds like and stuff.
It's when she pulls out the waxing strips you got to worry.
Yeah. Well, it's clearly a place you've never been.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I don't wax my face.
What?
That'd be really painful. Ooh, I need primer. No, not black primer. Should I? Yeah. Yeah, we'll go for black primer.
Sure.
Ooh, I ordered paint for the train. The jade.
Oh,
green.
yeah. Oh, you went for the jade green for Vallejo game air thing?
Yes, it's coming today.
Right.
I also ordered a UV torch for doing the resin.
Oh. UV.
UV, yes.
I thought you said UB as in UB40.
No. Ivan says, hi, Kieran. Duke says, good day, Steve. Jim says, hey there, Kieran. Modmin puts the link for the Discord. Not Discord. StreamYard.
The
Jim
dingers,
says,
yeah.
Spray away with Vine Host. Yeah. Gary Evans says, give me a few minutes, chaps. Excellent. We're glad to have you with us. Kieran says, hi, Jim. Hope all's well. Dark Side says, you'll look like a penguin. Better than looking like a panda, innit, modders? Kieran says, hi, Ivan. Junior says, convo with my late mum watching TV. Woman on TV, women like men who play a musical instrument. Bloke, not a recorder. Me. Oi, I played the recorder in school. Mum, I rest my case.
Sounds like she's having a go at both of us.
You play the flute. Junior says, morning, Gary. There we go. Yeah. Let's see who comes up today. It looks like Mr. Evans will be coming up soon, which would be cool.
Yeah.
No doubt Jim will at some point. He's sort of like he's an almost guarantee, really, isn't he? I don't want to get paint all over my hands, but I'm not going to sit here and wear black nitrile gloves either on camera.
Okay.
Because it's just weird that people keep it's a fashion thing in the scale modeling lives and things.
Oh, only one guy that does that, really.
Julian says, morning, Gary. Jim says, Kieran living the dream. Secret says, I'm here listening, watching, having a coffee and working on my horror movie script. It's a mix of horror and true crime based on a true story. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Dominique Saney says, good afternoon. Hello, Dominique.
Hello, Dominique.
Jim says, hi, Dom. Or hey, Dom. Squarish says, morning. Hello, James. Congratulations to James for managing to finish a Goblin Quest session with at least 2 goblins left for a change. Normally he doesn't get past task 2 today. Last night he actually completed it.
Nice.
So well done to James.
I'll be back in a minute. I need to get a couple of toothpicks.
Toothpicks, okay.
Won't be long.
Jim says, good morning, Squarish. Ivan says, I've been told that chaps with large bushy beards suffer from Velcro effect when, intimate with their missus. Don't know if it's true or not. Well, it depends if your missus shaves or not, doesn't it, really? Velcro has to have two sides to it. Julian says, morning squarish. That is not a reflection on what Mrs. Beard did. She would kill me. Ivan says, hi, Square. Square says, it was just the one goblin, actually. The second to last succeeded, but only in a blaze of fire. Yes, that's true. But at least you finish with one. Normally you don't get anywhere near the end. So, well done. Ivan says, laugh out loud, Mikey. So, what have we got today? Oh, we got Sharp today after the show. Woo-hoo, on the Discord. If anyone wants to join us, you can come watch an episode of Sharp with us. I'm just shaking the paint because I'm waiting for somebody else to come on so that they can actually speak to John. So you're not just sat watching me. Tim's in. Ooh, what's going on there?
Hello.
Hang on a minute. Why have we not got? Have we not got a slot for 3 people?
Ah,
Hello,
Ahoy.
Tim.
How we doing?
lovely. How's Queensland?
Yeah, perfect, as always. Still haven't got myself my own headset yet, so still with the caddies.
Oh, that's all right. It's great news about your sister today, hey?
Yeah, getting a bit of recognition from the boss.
Ooh.
I wonder if she'll let me share it here.
I'm sure she would. Sure CDF will have it over his socials.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Where are we? There we are. Yeah, so Tim's sister Alicia, aka Alley Cat, today received. So if we can zoom in on this.
2 seconds. Ooh, commendation. Very nice.
From the Secretary in Chief of the Defence Force.
Ooh.
Yeah. So good on her.
Yeah, well done.
And I do love the fact that like her little sort of bit of bling is sitting there in a little case, and she's got the baby bottle next to it. She's a recent mum.
Bless her.
well, she's outdone me now, because I think she technically got her ADM as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think.
Have you've got yours, so have you?
Yeah, I had the ADM, but I definitely didn't get a commendation. Got a couple of bone-ins from my chief, but that was about it.
Yeah.
look who's
I got-
come in to join us. Oh, hang on. What's going on? Ah, there we go. Secrets has come in. Hello, Secrets.
Ah,
Morning, all.
There you go.
Ahoy.
Now you're not on your own, John.
no. Let's see. What else do I need before I head over to the booth myself?
I did see Duke pop up as well, but he went back off. So I don't know what happened there.
A6A7. Dum, 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 dum. So you're still working on the growler there, Tim?
The plane, yeah.
The aircraft, yes.
Yep. Don't need to be accused by Mikey of anything untoward.
Look at him giggling there quietly.
Yep. Still going on that. I've got the cockpit finished today, so it's looking a bit more jet-like now. Actually sticking some of it together.
6, 7.
Don't forget to keep an eye on the chat, John.
Oh, well, I can't see the chat.
No, but modders can put it up for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. All right, Julian says the blaze of fire reminded me of a Murray Walker quote. There's nothing wrong with the car except that it's on fire. He was brilliant. Dominique says, hi Jim. Chef says, well done to the lass in both cases. Well, yes, yeah. Julian says, oh, lovely, scam phone call. Expected me to say yes. So when I kept saying hello, the git hung up. Cool.
Don't
Chef
you
says,
just love?
hi, Dom.
Don't you just love those scam calls? Jeez.
Yeah. Chef says, hi, Dom. And Darkside says, at Duke, it said your cam and mic weren't connected. Julian says, hi, Dominic. Duke says he's having technical difficulties. Trying again.
I'm going to have to drop down and come back up. There's something wrong with my chat side here, so I can't see the chat when I'm on a panel.
No, that's correct. Yeah, I can't see it either.
So I'm going to have to drop down and I'll come back up.
No, it'll still be the same. Yeah. So, yeah, Dominic says, hi, Julian. And Dominic says, hi, Chef.
I might as well jump up myself.
Okay, hello.
Yeah, so I think Mikey turned the side chat off for when we did the quiz.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I could see it for the quiz. I just turned off I went to the private chat, so there's nothing there. 6. Oh, crikey. It's going to take a while. 6, 7. I don't know if there's a difference between them. I guess not.
Oh, fuck. Okay, Okay. It's not on my end.
No.
No, it'll be StreamYard.
That's fine.
It'll be Reese. Oh, I think it's just popped up. Yes, it has.
Ahoy.
Except I don't have God mode. I can't click on the comments to bring them up. That's okay.
What do you mean, like that?
Like that, yeah. Jim says, go ahead and spray away, Mikey.
He already is.
Mm-hmm. I haven't. That'll do. So this I've got a little tiny sort of bar holding these two sides of the elevator together. I am going to snap that because, it's very thin. But let's see how we can get on.
Well, if you have any brass rod, just replace it.
Well, yeah, got some. Ooh, well, how about that? Just right next to me, same size too. Yeah, cool.
I'm terrible at pinning. It's something I've never wrapped my head around or had any success with.
It depends on your drills.
Yeah.
I think you do it with your Warhammer stuff, yeah?
No, not normally.
No, I've never had any Warhammer models that I've needed to pin or drill holes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I'll do like the gun barrels and things like that. But a lot of the time I just use the tip of the hobby knife and just mark that center and kind of just drill.
Sure.
With that, but I do have a little Ryobi Dremel now, but of course I found out after I bought it, the chuck doesn't close small enough to hold the really small bits, so got to like wrap tape around the bit so it thickens up. So there's always a way around it.
New comment there by Ivan.
Mm.
He's saying, sorry about being nosy here, but Mikey, can you speak Welsh?
Only a little bit. It's not something I've ever really needed, other than when I'm winding my cousins up and things, because they're English.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a request or just
I think it was just
a question.
I speak a bit of Welsh, but my nephew, who is 7 years old, he goes to a Welsh medium school, so his schooling is all in Welsh except from his English lessons. So
wow.
he can speak fluent English and Welsh.
Wow.
And his little brother's just started nursery learning Welsh as well.
Damn.
Yeah. So he can speak it, but me and my sister can speak to him a little bit now and again. But most of the time he speaks to us in English anyway.
Right.
Yeah. My parents are both English, so I've never had any reason to use it outside of school. Other than reading road signs.
What?
So, yeah.
I always thought I was getting pretty good at English, and then I took English fundamentals and literacy in my first semester at uni, and it kicked my butt.
Yeah?
Yeah. Turns out you can know how to write essays and speak and do all of that stuff, and then actually know nothing technical about the language.
So, because one of my friends, he went to a Welsh medium school, so he learned from nursery all the way up through to the end of high school. He was learning everything in Welsh, except from obviously his English and French lessons. And when he went to college, he wanted to do engineering in college or motor vehicle maintenance, and they said, "We're really sorry, but you can't do it because there's just no way you'd be able to do the coursework because your English levels wouldn't be good enough."
Right.
Because you've got to do all the coursework in English. Because it's for an English exam board.
Yeah, it's a pain when they start getting into it.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's not good enough to just say, no, that sentence is trash, rewrite it. They go, yes, but why is it trash? And you go, oh, yeah. It just sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the other day on a Discord group. Someone tried to correct my grammar. And I said, you do realise that grammar is dependent on context, right? The context I was using it, I was correct. You're just trying to sound posh. Posh.
Yeah, I normally just yell nerd back at people, and that tends to work.
No!
Nerd!
Well, somebody said,
Yeah.
what the hell's, what's his problem? I went, oh, it's all right, he's just been a grammar warrior.
Grammar warrior.
That's the thing, people who do that tend to be the ones that don't realise that grammar is dependent on context.
Mm.
Yeah.
They think that grammar is hard and fast rules.
Well, yes. Grammar, obviously I struggle with it. Anyone who watches my YouTube videos will understand that.
This is the part I hate about spraying, is having to clean the airbrush every time.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Aluminium. I think I'm just about good to go to spray some stuff as well. Here's the gander. It's at 15. Where's that live?
Ivan said, I used to holiday regularly in Llandysal and Newcastle Emlyn, and everyone spoke Welsh. I love the sound. It almost sounds musical. I learned a few words and such like.
Yeah.
In North Wales, we speak different Welsh to South Wales. It's really weird because North Wales is Old Welsh and South Wales is New Welsh, because South Wales has a higher how to put it, higher influx of people from other areas and things.
Different
So-
dialect, right?
Yeah, well, they have a different dialect, but it's because they have more people coming in from other countries and things like that. Because the majority of people who move to Wales move to
Right.
South Wales.
Well,
And obviously-
it's just like here in Canada. We speak French and English, but but Quebec French is way different than France French. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And over in Quebec, if you don't speak French, you don't get served anywhere you go.
Well, there's places by us. There's a village called Bala, and we went there on a school trip, and they said, when you go into the shops, make sure you're speaking Welsh, because otherwise the shop assistants won't be very nice to you. They'll be really rude. And to be fair, they were right. If you go in speaking English, they're really ignorant towards you.
Yeah.
Because we went in speaking Welsh, they were lovely with us.
Oh yeah. As long as you put forth the effort, you know what I mean. If you put forth that effort and meet them halfway, they'll meet you the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Mr. Evans is in.
Ooh,
Or just stay away from Quebec.
I've been to
Wow,
Quebec.
Gary's actually wearing a t-shirt other than his Gary stuff t-shirts.
Yeah.
What? Pies and mash.
Jim says, Mikey, are you spraying the Vallejo model color paint? If so, what is the paint to thinner ratio? My experience is it needs a lot thinner. I am indeed. I'm using Vallejo black primer, and I don't thin it down at all, because my airbrush can handle it, and it gives a lot better coat. Ivan says, yeah, it's South Wales. I used to holiday fly fishing and shooting. Yeah. If we go down to South Wales and speak Welsh, I don't have a clue what we're saying half the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Me and my friends and that have been to South Wales, and we spoke Welsh. I mean, only basic Welsh for us. You know, hello, thank you, goodbye, and stuff like that. And they didn't have a clue what we were saying.
Tch.
And we're like, I thought you guys spoke Welsh down here. Like, oh yeah, we do. Like, no, you don't, obviously, because they've also got obviously the major ports for in Cardiff and things like that as well. So you'd have a lot of. That's why there's a lot more diversity in South Wales than there is in North Wales.
Right.
Like North Wales, until about 2-3 years ago, was almost homogenous. And then it all started changing all of a sudden. Jim says, full house. Yes. Makes a nice change. Julian says, there's a lot of variety of accents in Wales anyway. We don't need any help. Yes. Different accent every 5 miles, I reckon. Because the village I used to live in is 4 miles away, and then there's a town a mile after that where my sister lives. And the town I live in and the town my sister lives in sound completely different accents. You can tell which town somebody's come from.
You're getting whacked with that tail, aren't you?
We have an explanation for Jim, for Duke. Apparently, he clicked block instead of allow to join in. Now I can't fix it. I'm great with technology.
Oh.
Oh, well done.
Oh no.
Jim says the Vallejo primer colours don't need nearly as much thinner. Model colour is best for brush painting.
yes.
I used the Vallejo colours for spraying anyway. I mean, I thin them down a little bit, but not much. Just add a bit of water to it, it's fine. Or a bit thinner. Square says 8 years living in South Wales and rarely heard any Welsh being used. Yeah. Like I said, there's a high migration in and out of South Wales.
Oh. Oh dear. I'm in charge now.
Oh yeah.
Nice one.
He's gone.
I am the captain now.
So what's Gary working on now?
Well, what Gary's doing today is assembling some figures from the General Montgomery figure set
Ah,
from ICM. So it's Monty and a couple of staff officers and a radio operator. So I'm just going to assemble the figures and then do a painting video about them, because people keep saying, tell us how you paint your figures. So I thought I'll do them on 1/35 because they're easier to see and easier to pick up the detail in the molding. But I just thought, as I'm hanging out here, instead of playing golf, because it is feral weather out there and I'm not Scottish, so I'm not playing golf in that. So I thought I'd come and annoy you guys and do some work while I'm at it.
well, you are achieving both. That's
Isn't that
great.
generous of me?
It's a good job Sam's not awake.
I don't know what the hell's happening, but StreamYard keeps kicking my camera off at the minute today.
It did it the other day as well, though, didn't it?
Yeah. Stupid StreamYard.
Bernard Law Montgomery, one of the best generals in British history.
Kaylee says, boring chat, laugh out loud. Well, my darling, you have certainly livened it up, I'm sure. Because I know you very well, as you're my wife. I'm sure you'll liven up the day. June says, I recall a news article about someone who started talking to a friend on a train. Another woman ranted at her to speak English. The first woman was speaking in Welsh. Yeah. It happened on a bus up here. It was in the local papers. So, yeah, someone told her to go back to her own country.
Oh, wow.
And one of the kids turned around and said, excuse me, you do realise she's speaking Welsh, right?
Oh, wow.
And the best part is, the person that said it was, should we say, not exactly of a traditional Welsh heritage.
Mm.
Yes, we'll leave it at that. Jim says, good morning, Kaylee. Come and join the chat. That'll liven things up. Yeah. Kaylee can be very entertaining when she wants to be. Kaylee says, lol.
Oof.
June says, if you travel north beyond Brecon, the road signs swap order from English then Welsh to Welsh then English. Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw a thing yesterday, I think, on Facebook popped up about that. How do you know if you're in... oh, yeah, it's basically in England, it's this way. In other, parts of the UK, it's the other.
Well, yeah, in Wales, all the road signs, by law, all the road signs have to be in English and Welsh.
Yeah, but it's
North,
also...
they tend to be Welsh.
I think it was saying that, like, in certain areas, it has the furthest distance destination, and then they get closer as it go down the sign. Whereas in other places, it's the other way. So the closest town, then the next one, then the next one.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Ivy says, in 15 years of going there, I only had two problems. One was rather nasty. The other, when I was walking out of the butcher shop, he called me English James Hunt. Laugh out loud. After he had took my £45 off me.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. There's actually next by Bala, there's actually a little village called Corwen, and it's got a butcher's there, and they make fantastic Scotch eggs. And if you go there on the right day, I think it was a Tuesday, they were freshly made, still hot, with proper sausage meat and everything. Different flavoured sausage meats with Scotch eggs, still hot when you get them. They were like, and they were huge as well.
One thing I've never tried in my life was blood pudding. Never tried that in my life.
It's worth it.
Oh, love black pudding.
It's illegal in the US, isn't it? Black pudding.
I don't know if it's I think it is illegal, but I'm in Canada, so
yeah.
We had one time used to be part of the British Commonwealth at one time, so
yeah. Yeah, in the US, it's illegal because it's classed as not fit for human consumption. Yet they
Oh.
have chlorinated
Huh.
chicken and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have like their processed cheese crap that they
Yeah.
put on burgers. That's okay
Ooh.
with like 4,000 chemicals in it.
Yeah.
You know what? That processed cheese crap should be illegal. It really
Yeah.
should.
Kaylee, if you're watching, the postman's here with parcel.
When I buy cheese, Gary, I don't buy that process. I buy the block cheese that you actually have to cut.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right.
Because you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I have eaten that processed cheese as a kid, but as I got older, I found that if you want the best, you got to break down and spend the extra dollar. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Jim says that is Dempsey, Second Army on the left, and Horrocks 30 Corps on the right. Thank you.
Ah, there we go.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah.
Julian says, morning, Kaylee.
Yeah, Julian, in Quebec, the road signs are in French and in English. Oh yeah.
Ooh, that is a beautiful color.
And it sucks driving in Quebec if you don't know how to speak or read French. I'll tell you that right now.
That is a beautiful color. I mean, it looks a little bit
Oh,
like.
it's the jade, is it?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. But,
Oh, that's nice.
Try and get its focus.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looks a little bit light, but
Yeah.
should be alright. Can always darken it a bit dark green or something. Let's test it.
See, it looked darker on the picture that I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Although the one I saw was the express colour, not the game colour. Which I did say when I typed it in, it was express.
Yeah. Well, the one I looked at when I ordered it did look darker as well.
Mm.
Like I said, it doesn't matter. I can just mix a bit of dark green. It'll be fine. It's actually probably closer then. Duke says,
What
good
you
day,
using?
Kaylee. Ivan says, hi, Kaylee. Jim says, if ICM made a figure of Alan Brooke, all they would need is a mannequin. The hell is that place?
Sounds like a bug zapper.
Yeah. Where's it coming from?
Tim's headphones.
Oh,
Oh, it's me, is it?
Oh, your headphones have gone off. Speak, Tim.
Can you hear me?
Only
hardly.
Joe.
It's very static.
That's a bit weird.
You killed the cat headphones. Julian says, laugh out loud, Jim. And Kaylee says, hi, you beautiful lot. Heart and
Hey, Kaylee. It almost sounds like your headphone jack isn't plugged in all the way, Tim. Maybe.
yeah. Have you moved and pulled it out a bit or something? Oh, it's gone
Yeah, it's
completely.
gone off.
Yeah,
gone,
you're
gone.
completely off now.
Yeah. We can't hear you. Well, he's muted on the StreamYard. You'll have to unmute yourself on stream.
That does help, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Uh, Ooh. GB Models has come in the back.
Right, I'll jump down so you can have someone else up Mikey.
Okie dokie. Welcome, GB.
Hey, g'day guys. How are we?
I'm all right. How are you, mate?
doing, man?
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But I didn't mean to put somebody else out.
No, it's all right. It's Modders. She comes in to fill the space.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because she likes talking to everyone. we let her out the dungeon from time to time.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Brian says, how do parts just disappear? It's not even a small part. Ivan says, be right back, coffee time. Ooh, good idea.
Good idea.
Oh, damn it, I'm out. June says the road sign language order swaps depending on which is dominant. So North and West Welsh is first, but always both. Yeah. Duke says, Gary, I thought you were making some figures for your Japanese castle.
Yeah, slightly out of scale.
Yeah, they would be absolutely tiny. They'd be like rice.
Let's move. We're walking. We're walking.
Even rice would be too big.
Yeah.
There we are.
No, you need. So this is 1/800th, so you probably would get away with the figures you can get for 1/700th ships and things like that. You know, like Titanic passengers or something. You can probably roughly to scale.
Yeah. Brian says black pudding equals sawdust and blood. I don't think it's got sawdust in it.
Nonsense. At the risk of reinforcing a stereotype that you're constantly promoting on this channel, by the way, I will say out that one day I was going to Lord's to watch some cricket, and because you're allowed to take your own food and drink, uniquely in the UK, you're allowed to take your own drink into Lord's. No other ground you're allowed to take your own drink. So I had made up a picnic thing for myself, including some Scotch eggs, but they're made with quail's eggs with black pudding around it. And they were absolutely divine because they were small with the quail's eggs and a bit of black pudding around. Oh my God, they were so good.
What were you saying about that stereotype?
This is the problem.
I
was in the pavilion, so I couldn't, not eat properly.
Well, no, of course. Did you wear a top up there as well?
No, but you do have to wear a tie and you have to sign in guests. I was a member of Middlesex, by the way, not the MCC, which is the really posh one. I was a member of Middlesex Cricket Club, and when it's not an international game, you can go and sit in the famous pavilion and all that.
Wow.
So I was watching Middlesex play Gloucestershire, I think it was.
So now that you've reinforced your stereotype,
I know. I know.
Maybe we should go to Harrods, Gary, instead of Waitrose, Gary.
Oh, yes.
No, not at the moment. Not right now. Don't go there right now.
Why? What's wrong with right now?
There's been an awful lot of allegations coming out about the former owner, Mohammed Al Fayed. Rape allegations and things like that. It's Harrods.
That word, Gary.
Harrods is a bit toxic at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Just remember, you can't say that word on YouTube.
Fair enough. There have been some allegations of a very improper nature.
Yes.
Right.
June says, Jim, are road signs in French in Quebec? Jim wouldn't know.
Well, he's not far away. It's just the other side of the pond.
Yes, but Jim's not in Quebec. Jim's in Chicago.
Yeah. But he can see Canada on a good day. No, he couldn't. I don't know. I haven't been there.
We're better off asking secrets, really.
Yeah.
Dude, the pond is about the size of the UK. I mean, it's a big pond.
Okay.
Oh,
so what they call it a Great Lake.
Well, from my
spray booth too. Is this too loud?
No, can't hear it.
Okay, good.
Octal's modelling kits is in saying, hi, how are you, bearded panel and chat? Very well, thank you. Hey, that's a point. John, you're the only one that hasn't got any facial fuzz today.
Oh, I'll make up for it.
GB's got some facial fuzz by the look of it.
It's all on my back.
It's almost the only one that's clean shaven. We're sorry that manhunt was too much for you. Jim says black pudding doesn't have high fructose corn syrup. That's why it's not available in the US.
No, yeah.
So what's everybody working on?
John, you go first.
I'm working on it's grabbing it. So, well, a couple of things. The thing that's going on right now is Edward Fokker Eindecker 48 scale.
Okay. Yep.
The other one in the background is just drawing is it's a tornado. I've knocked a stab off and there's a couple of problems, but it's Italeri 48 scale tornado.
Okay. That's cool.
Stay. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask away, GB. I mean, I don't know if you can see our names, but
I know what Gary does because I've seen a couple of his videos before. So I do a YouTube myself, actually. So have a YouTube channel. But
What's your channel?
GB Models 7790.
I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a note of that.
Mhm.
Yep.
you can always use your phone to go and follow him.
Oh yeah,
Also, my name is Gary. Also, as well
Oh,
as
there we go.
Gary
Excellent.
also.
So
All right, we'll call you Gary also then.
Gary also.
So we've got Temu Gary, Weight Rose Gary, and Kangaroo Gary.
Kangaroo Gary.
And you got two Evans
Woolies
as well.
Gary. Yeah, Tim Evans.
But yeah, that's all going well, and you know, picking up a lot of stuff along the way.
Good.
Excellent. Modders, can you possibly put GB Models link in the chat, please? Be so kind.
Well,
Yes.
I think I would have prepared this earlier, but oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do all sorts of stuff on the channel. Obviously, model cars, bit of Lego here, there, die cast. Yeah, bit of die cast. Doing the Batman tumbler at the moment on the die cast stuff from Hatchet.
Wow.
Nice.
What else? Formula One cars, MotoGP bikes, World War II planes. That's going to start the 1/200 scale Enterprise.
Oh, nice.
So there'll be a lot of work involved in that.
Trying to.
Then just finishing off this Mustang before I go on to another model.
Nice. What the hell? Right. What's going on? Your video. Right. Live.
And whereabouts are you in Australia, Gary?
I am in Melbourne, Victoria.
Uh-huh.
My condolences.
Thank you very much. we always get the particularly when it comes to models, we always get the last of it. Everybody else seems to get the new model kits before Australia does. We just get it 10, 12 months later.
You're right, but yeah, we're not far behind.
And how long do you have to wait?
Well, I've only just, I think, the last 2 weeks got the FX Bulldog. I was waiting for that for months.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what is it? The B26.
Yep.
That's just arrived here in Australia about a month ago, and that's probably about a year-old kit now.
Why that hold up?
I got no idea.
One of the Australian distributors is they're just annoying all the shops. Like the Australian agent for FX, for instance, was talking to my local shop, and they were saying they had ordered, I think it was 20 Bulldogs, and 6 came in, and they had 7 outstanding orders for it. So somebody had to go away disappointed.
That'd be the Aussies.
Yeah, but it's mad.
Yeah.
If FX knew what was going on, and they do a couple of other brands as well. But I won't name them or go into them because it's fair.
Yeah.
But they're frustrated as well.
Yeah. It is frustrating, that's for sure.
So whereabouts in Melbourne? Sort of what? In west, southeast, whereabouts?
Northern suburbs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like if you know Essendon, Midri,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Sort of just
Mm.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. The other Marley twin is up in Craigieburn.
Okay. Yep. No, Crazy Burn. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Catch up with the chat. Julian says, Kaylee, you need to borrow Mikey's glasses if we're beautiful. Lol. Kaylee says, haha, his glasses don't work for him, so they won't work for me. You cheeky sod. Squarish says, sounds like a dry electrical connection, cracked solder. That's your headphones, Tim.
Yeah.
Jim says, your sound is dead, Tim. Jim says, now you're back. June says, scratchy noise might be broken headphone wire scratching when the ends connect. Yeah, possibly. Jim says, hey, GB.
G'day.
And Darkside says, the Aussies are taking over. Well, you have to invade someone.
Not yet.
They've not invaded anywhere else, so,
No.
Kaylee says, he chose me for flip's sake. I'm hardly pretty. Oh, behave yourself, love. You're bloody beautiful to me. Ivan says, KK, back. Excellent. Of course, you'd be even more beautiful if you made me a coffee. Kaylee. Has anyone noticed that Secrets has dropped out, by the way?
Oh.
Just thought I'd point that out. Jim says, have a game of football. 3 Aussies versus Canada, England and Wales. Wales don't play football. We play rugby. I'll put my money on the Aussies. Aussie rules is closer to rugby than it is to football anyway.
Yeah.
Julian says, also, I'm fairly sure Monty wasn't in ancient Japan. I love how these
sightseeing after the war.
Yeah.
Castle's still
I love
there.
how all these different conversations just sort of make this really weird narrative. We're going from glasses to talk about Monty in Japan and all sorts. Ivan says, never had black pudding. It ain't a thing. Those Jews are encouraged to munch on. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Julian says, you're a brave man, Gary, talking about cricket with 3 Aussies on the channel. It's all right. He's posh, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's all about the game for me, obviously. Yeah. We don't worry about tawdry things like keeping count. Who cares?
Cricket and boat racing are Gary's style.
I gave up rowing after a year. I didn't take to it at all.
Yeah. It's the fact that you still give it a go.
Yeah.
Not an opportunity afforded to most people. I'm joking. Dark Side Scale Model. It's a scale model with a scale model. What? Scale model within a scale model. Use the Japanese castle as an architect model and have the guys standing around as if they're discussing improvements. Yeah.
Or indeed how to sort out the billeting when they take it over.
Yeah. Or how to destroy it.
Yeah.
Kaylee said black pudding is lush. It is. I like white pudding as well.
Oh yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we take that on holiday with us to Albania. Yeah. We take bacon, black pudding, white pudding with us because they don't do that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to import any of that into Australia, but that's okay.
No.
Dude, you can barely.
Well, that's good. That's good. I don't like black pudding anyway.
You can barely get people into Australia, let alone food. Apparently, you can't even get models half the time. Darkside says, indeed it is, Kaylee. Ivan says, hi, Octals. Yes, hello, Octals. Julian says, Monty would be talking about invading the Castle Tiff. Laugh out loud. Yes. Kay says, I always try saying to Mike, let's have a full English breakfast. Yes, she does. She loves a full English. On Christmas morning, that's what we do because she usually goes to spend Christmas Day with the kids at her mum's. So in the morning, she makes, when we're having our presents, she makes us a massive full English breakfast.
Nice.
So I'm like sat there bloated for most of the day. And then while she's at her mum's, I make the Christmas dinner when she gets home.
Okay, again, not to reinforce stereotypes, but I like a champagne omelette.
Is that a thing?
You're really not helping your case.
Yeah, when you're making the omelette, you mix in about half a glass of champagne, and all the bubbles make it really light and fluffy when it sets. But also, you get a little bit of the acid breaks through sort of the creaminess of the filling that you put. But let's move on, Mike.
It's okay. I'll be back in 20 minutes. I'll go and try that.
Gosh.
No, this will do. I'll mix it with airbrush thinner. See how that goes.
I've thought of a name for GB as well, if he's okay with it.
Yeah, go for it.
Gary's Australian cousin.
Yeah, we can call you Coles or Woolies, Gary, but they're fighting words as well.
We started off with Gary Morris, and then we got Posh Gary, who turned into Gary's Albanian cousin, and now we've got Gary's Australian cousin. It's a family of Garys.
There's just too many Garys around.
You know, my
Let's say the name's dying out. I'm finding more and more of us.
Yeah. Cool, Gary. Octal says, hi, chef. Jim says, Kaylee, I would love to have a full English breakfast, feeling quite peckish right now. Yeah. Especially with some like caramelized red onion sausages and things like that. Oh, lovely. Kaylee says, hee hee. Brian says, so far I found a Jeep door mirror and a mosquito bomb support and lots of toenails, but not the part I'm looking for. Lovely.
Again, too much information, maybe.
Jim says, all we need is Mr. Morris and we can have the 3 Garys.
What, 3 Stooges?
Unfortunately, he's probably getting drunk right now. Tiffany says, oh, God.
I've had no photos of beer in the last couple of hours, so...
I know, right? It's the first time we've not had pictures of beer sent to me and you this week. Maybe Marion's made him give his kidneys a rest.
Well, you had tea yesterday. Or was that coffee? One of the two.
Yeah. But he had beer afterwards.
Oh, he did. Doom
It was
bar.
only brief respite. It was only for the morning. Tiff's put GB Models link in the chat.
Lovely.
We go over
Thank
and like and subscribe. I've liked on both my channels. Ivan says, hi, Brian. Julian says, Brian, that sounds like a very odd shopping list. Lol. Graham says, on a full English, are you for hash browns or against? I'm definitely in the against side.
Oh.
It depends. If I want a really greasy breakfast, then hash browns, yeah. If not, I just have a bit of toast with it or something.
Well, you could say that having hash browns isn't English enough, so you have to have pomme noisettes instead.
Yeah. Brian says, yay, finally found it. Well done.
Yay!
Kaylee says, I'll make you one and send it via Amazon, Jim. Ivan says, I guess model making in Oz is an expensive hobby compared to the UK and USA. It's not that bad. I mean, you sent me some models and stuff, haven't you, John?
Well, it depends, because, it depends. I have sent Mikey some stuff that was cheaper here because it's made here. Yeah. But, of course, because everything... if you double, say, if something costs, say, 50 odd Australian dollars, and that's pretty much £25.
Yeah.
So once you convert it, then you've got just postage. Really, is just from Australian distributors. It hurts if we buy from Hannon's or say Edward. I was looking at joining up Edward as their bunny club, but it's just not worth it because it's going to be, I think, $70 postage or something or other. No matter what I buy, I won't be able to make it sort of make sense.
Yeah, it's the postage that kills us.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's not
But
too
it keeps
bad
me out of the
coming
pub.
the other way, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't keep me out of the pub.
Well, we're slowly converting John into a train modeler, Gary.
Excellent.
Oh, right. Okay.
But his local shop only has 4 different Dapol trains to build. So what we might do is at some point, if I want to do a different train for a live, I might send him a train kit.
We'll see.
If he's a good
But
player.
that's what your hobbies is, the model train side of it.
No, I build pretty much anything.
Okay.
At the minute, I'm working on a dragon.
Oh, okay.
Most of my interest is World War One stuff.
Mhm.
Yep. I love World War. I've got an entire bookcase just full of World War One books.
Wow.
That'd
be tricky doing World War One planes. Be a bit tricky.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the Albatross D3 with the budget modeler. Yeah. I've got some more to do. I'll be doing an SE5A after we've done the series that we're doing at the minute on a Tuesday with the budget modeler. So we're doing an SE5A after that. And then we've both got Wingnut Wings kits. So we're building up to doing that because I need to build my skills up on World War One planes. But stuff I love is the vehicles. The lorries and the tanks and things.
Tanks, yeah. Okay.
I love the history behind them.
Yeah,
Brian
that's
said,
what
sorry, go on.
That's what I like about particular war stuff. I think I've learnt a lot more while I'm doing models, doing war planes and stuff like that, and read up about it. You actually learn a lot more on that side of things, man, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I love all the World War One history stuff. A few normal videos that I've made have been about like World War One tank paint schemes and things like that. The history behind the tires and stuff, because it's actually a lot more diverse than what I thought. The history behind the tires in World War One. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Brian says, hi, everyone. Hello, Brian.
G'day.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Julian says, spray painting, so actual modelling question. How necessary is good ventilation? Less if the PSI is low. That reminds me, don't forget that in planning your shed, Gary.
Oh, yeah. Don't you worry about it. I've got all of that nailed.
It's not a shed. It's a professional recording studio. It even comes with BBC cameramen.
It's my atelier. I told you, it's my workshop, my center of my creative existence.
Yeah, if you actually look on behind the back wall of the shed, it's actually got a wall of screens with 2 guys sat there with saying, right, action, camera 1, camera 2.
Well, they won't bloody be telling me action, thank you very much. I'll do what I tell them.
I tell my underlings. The riffraff, the great unwashed.
What's the point of staff if they're just going to do what they want, for God's sakes?
I know, right?
Secret to the Past says, I have to make breakfast. Okay, mate. Enjoy. Kaylee says she loves hash browns. Yes, she does. In fact, she gets you can get hash brown rings, like onion rings, but they've got hash brown inside them. So she has them for tea some nights.
Okay.
Like chips or whatever. Dark Side says, you're beautiful, Kaylee. She is. Julian says, she'd be more beautiful if she made me a coffee. Yeah, good luck with that, Mikey. Kaylee says, thank you all. Julian, reference rowing, my back bends left, and we had 2-person kayaks on a school holiday, so I had to find someone who was bent right, or he'd be in terrible Eskimo roll. Bless you. Next. Ivan says, sets fire to his whites and swears never to cook again. Champagne omelette for fuck's sake. Oh, yeah, because Ivan's a chef, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'd be
Tiffany's
intrigued to try it.
I would,
Mm.
except I don't make pancakes. Yeah. Plus with diabetes, I sort of try not to have too much stuff like that. Touch unhealthy stuff anymore. Tiff's posted the StreamYard in, says there's one more space if anyone wants to jump up. More than welcome. Kay says, Mikey, can you get a model making kit for a unicorn? Most likely. If not, I can probably know someone who can 3D print one. In fact, on Hero Forge, I actually made a character for you, Kaylee, where the woman is sat on top of a unicorn. So I could always ask someone to print that off. 3D print it so you can paint it. Julie says, John, hash browns aren't English enough, so we call them something French instead.
Yes, exactly right.
Julie says, at the moment I'm working on a dragon, joining Gary in Stereotype Corner, Mikey. Oh, yeah. I do love dragons, though. Julie says, right, yeah. Hey? What was that, mate?
I just said fair point, well made.
Yeah. Brian said, yes, finally found it. Fake news, laugh out loud. Julie says, no, Ivan, don't set fire to your whites. Pretend you play cricket. The chef's open. Darkside Scale Marlin says, my new channel link, please help me to get to 50 subs. Yes, she needs to get to 50 subs so she can do live streams. So please do go and like and subscribe to it, because we'll be on there as well. Julian says, by the way, I swim in exactly the same way as a house brick doesn't, so sinking would not go well.
Yeah.
Ivan says, I'm retired now, got to 63, had a heart attack and called it a day. Yeah, that's probably better.
Right.
Because it's a pretty stressful job from what I understand. My daughter is actually doing an apprenticeship as a chef at the minute.
That's right.
Kaylee says, what's all these groups? Can anyone join? The groups, I think you mean the channels, darling. Yes, they can. If you follow the link that Modders has put up, Tiffany, then you'll find her scale modeling page. You can put it up and subscribe to it, and that'll help. So she can do live streams and things. And I'm sure she wouldn't mind you joining in a live stream at some point. Yeah.
Tell you
Sure,
what, speaking of the champagne, speaking of champagne pancakes and stuff like that, I only learnt what posh meant the other day. Oh well, what its kind of origin is.
Okay.
Which is something new. Apparently, it's port out, starboard home.
Yes.
Yeah. Never knew that. It was just a thing that you called kind of people with too much money and not enough brains. But
yeah, it's because when they used to sail down the coast of Africa, wasn't it? The coast of Spain, France.
Yeah, coming after you, Gary.
Yeah.
What have I done?
To be fair, Gary, you are
quite the opposite. I'm really smart. I don't have a lot of money.
To be fair, Gary, you are like in UK scale modelling. You are the aristocracy.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, because you're one of the most well-known scale modelers in the UK.
Well, that may be from different causes, but back in the day, "well known to the police" was a phrase that was used. Mainly of my grandfather, I have to say.
Jim says, please join all, Kaylee. Jim says, I'm blessed with negative buoyancy, although I'm not sure blessed is the word I was looking for. Very good. Darkside said, I wouldn't mind at all. It'd be nice to do an all-female panel for scale modelling. Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
It would,
That would be good.
And do the hobby the world of good as well.
Yes, it would. We would all support that. Jim says, by the way, Kaylee, how are your models going? Are they finished? She's finished the Kubelwagen, and I think she's finished the fuel tanker.
Fridge.
Her first ever scale models that she's made.
Excellent.
Jim says, I think that's a smashing idea, Modmin. Yeah, I agree. Julian says, the ladies are underrepresented, Tiff. I can only think of you off the top of my head. Yeah. There are a couple on Instagram. It could be worth
a number of them.
Yeah.
Genesis. Is it Genesis?
I don't know.
Genesis Designs of Modelcraft. It was in Jen Wright. She's very good. She's a YouTuber.
There you go. There's another one to put the link in, modders, and maybe see if you can message her. So she'd want to do a live stream or something, an all-female live stream. Kaylee says, I've been struggling lately, so not done anything. Yeah, bless her, she has. She's been really struggling with the mental health. She was really upset yesterday. God love her. Jim says, Mikey, you can make the coffee for the ladies during the panel chat. Yeah, I could be brew bitch. Oh. So I've sprayed that. That's pretty much dry now.
Oh, that'll do for now.
Right. So now it's time to
Sorry.
I've got a quick question for you, John.
Mm-hmm.
You used to work on Super Hornets for a little bit, didn't you?
Not Super Hornets, no, classics.
Classics?
Yeah.
Would their flaps have been doing similar stuff when they're on the tarmac?
What do you mean similar stuff? Would they be in the same position?
Yeah, like on Hornets and things.
Yeah.
Am I right in assuming the flaps on the after the wings would be down, or is everything like all level?
They're only all level if you've got at least one engine running, because they're hydraulically actuated, and there's no hydraulic pressure unless a pump is powered. Well, you know this. So yeah, everything droops backwards to its full length. So they don't call them flaps per se. They call them lefts and taps. But leading edge flap and trailing edge flap, everything goes full down with no power, including the stabilators. So there's more weight at the back from the pivot point than at the front. So they'll go back like that. It depends. If you want to do it, you can you say in your mind, well, there's an engine running, because it's like a snapshot in time. So if you want to have them all faired, you can do that.
Yeah, fair enough. Because I want to have the ladder down and the cockpit open, but the pilot's in.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I can have them all fair and just be like, oh yeah, they're going through, I don't know, checks or something, and they're just leaving the ladder down. But I don't know why you would do that.
They do that.
Oh, they do that? Well, there you go.
It's only to get out quickly.
Doo-doo on stream, so that's good.
They do that if they're on QRF, wouldn't they? So they can literally just run into the hangar and run in.
Yeah.
Climb in.
Yeah. Learning all sorts of things.
Jenny says, I was going to say Miss Modeler too. I did forget, Jen. Only seen her on one live stream, so that's 3 Tiff.
She's Miss Modeler is she's pretty. She does a fair couple of videos as well.
Yeah.
I've got to shoot an interview for her as well. She sent me a load of questions. She's going to do a video about why people do what they do and what their favourite experiences were and all that. It just reminds me, I'll have to shoot that today. Send it to her.
Nice.
Yeah,
cool.
Jen is an occasional guest on the Interesting Modelling Company with Jonathan Mock. He's a designer of the FX decals.
Oh, cool.
So he's got his finger on the pulse.
Darkside says she'll reach out to her.
Yeah.
Ivan says, well, folks, it's that time again for my meds. Thank you all for a great morning and hope you all have a wonderful weekend. TTFN. Bye.
Yeah.
We'll see you later, Ivan.
See you,
Yeah,
dude. Take it easy.
Jim says, by the way, John, your spray booth is never too loud whenever you paint. I rarely, if ever, hear it in the background.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's all going into my lungs.
Yeah. Graham says, so long, Ivan. And Ivan says, thank you, Grey Moo. Ooh, 20 people. We're doing well. 20 viewers.
Really?
Yeah. We've still got space on the panel if someone wants to come up. More than welcome. We've got another half hour. Steve's Gaming says, damn cold today. I'm sat in my sleeping bag to keep my legs warm. Brr. Yeah, it is a bit chilly today, isn't it? Woke up and the wind was really strong. Gary even had to lower the portcullis to stop the wind.
Anyway, so this is
No, I have staff who do that for me. Don't be silly.
that's the wonderful Jen Wright. She gave me a tour around Cosford with her friend Chuckles, and gave me a look around a tornado, which all the photos have come in great, but very handy for the thing I'm currently doing. So no, she's wonderful and very generous. All righty then. So, bugger. So the main reason I got the spray booth up and going was to spray the fuselage top and bottom. I didn't do it. I might have to go back to it. Yeah, I've got time. I'll go back to it.
I may or may not have changed somebody's name.
Lord Gary.
Lords.
Jim's in. It says St. John Limbo, the bold American.
Good morning, everyone. And how are you all today?
Engine Limbo.
Yes, he was the critic of Ewan McTeagle's poems. There was John Cleese. He was sitting in a big balloon chair. You got to see the episode. You got to see.
I can't recall.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while for me too. A friend of mine's got Netflix, and we were watching Python episodes last month and reliving the glory days.
Nice.
How are you, Jim?
I'm doing great, GB. Good to see you. How's things down in? Wait a minute now. You said where you were, Melbourne,
Yep.
which is Victoria.
Yep, Victoria. That's correct. Yep.
All right, I'm learning my Eastern Australian. What do you call them? States, provinces?
Yeah, states. Yeah.
States. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it's Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria.
Yeah. And Tasmania.
And then Tasmania. Yes, I'm sorry.
Can't forget them. They get shitty.
Yeah. Well, Mikey's doing his bit for Tasmania. He's got the Tasmanian Devil in the background.
He does.
Yes, one of my favorite cartoon characters.
I can't wait till Tasmania comes into the AFL.
Yeah. Well, it's controversial. That stadium, isn't it? With
Oh yeah, they don't want it built up there. A lot of people don't want it built up there. They reckon it's going to cost too much money. It's okay.
Yep.
It's going ahead. So
yeah, I was just doing my morning stretching exercises and some physical therapy exercises, and I figure for the last half hour you can handle looking at my face, so that's not too bad. Besides that, I was waiting for someone else to jump on. I thought Duke was going to give it another try, but he's probably working.
Yeah, not sure. Maybe
I don't know. I haven't seen him in the chat for a while.
he's blocked himself.
Well, that's from coming on, but out there in the audience, right? I don't know. I haven't seen his name out here for a bit. By the way, I can see the chat. Can everybody do it as well? I can see the comments.
Yeah, I switched it back on before.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
When John was trying to read the comments.
Yeah.
Lord Gary, are you joining us for Sharp this afternoon?
I may do. I don't know yet. It depends on what I have to build today. But I may well do. Which episode is it?
Sharp's Gold.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's fun. That's
you can always watch it whilst you're making stuff.
I probably will. And then I'll have to keep muting it to film stuff. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
I know what he's going to be saying.
I don't. I've not seen him. I've read the books.
It ends in B and ends in D usually.
Yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know, who's new to the channel or whatever, on a Friday after the live stream, we get together on Discord and have a watch party where we watch episodes of Sharp, and we're working our way through the series. So at the minute we're on episode 6. So we'll be watching that today, and then when we get to the end of the series, I've got the 2 films as well to watch, and then we'll go on to another series or something like that.
Excellent.
We just sit and watch it and occasionally chat about what's going on the screen and things.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, Tim, it's true. Do you remember? Yeah, I don't know if you remember. You probably wouldn't. It's before your time when the guy drove through. He drove a Mitsubishi Pajero through the front door of the old Parliament House. You wouldn't remember that.
No, I can believe it.
Yeah, so he drove up the stairs and then drove through the front door. And everybody, it was before memes, but everyone was saying, oh, yeah, you know, Pajero is Spanish for wanker. So anyway, I put into Google Translate, and it actually is.
Yeah, Pajero.
Pajero. Yeah. There you go.
I didn't know wanker had a translation.
Yeah.
Jim says, take care, chef. Dark Eye says he blocked the cam and mic accidentally, Duke. Can I help? I can help you in Discord after the stream to fix it if you want.
I need to sully forth back to my
I
spray
didn't know
booth
you
to do what I
can't get
forgot.
it back once you tell it to block it. I'm glad I never did that.
Yeah, I think you got to completely come out of StreamYard and then go back into it through the link.
Okay. That makes sense.
Browser.
Yeah.
We're walking.
So,
Wow.
Jim, let me ask you this. Is it James? I thought he sold Outlaw Paints. What he sold the company.
Jason? Yeah, he did. He did. The ownership is yet to take over complete production. He's still making it, but it's from what he said last week. It's soon to happen where he's going to transition from doing it to handing it over to the new owner, and he'll be free of it completely. In fact, he's already got plans to remodel a shed that he's mixing the paint in for his own model shop in there. So
Okay.
yeah, it's I don't know exactly the details of it, but he did mention that it's I guess going to happen soon. I think so. If I remember right. But yeah. So he's still making it, as far as I know. Yeah,
that's
Molly.
That's what I've been hearing. Yeah,
good. It'd be good for him to get out. I mean, doing the one-man band thing. I mean, I'm surprised the guy could keep going with everything else he's got happening, and he's the one guy making the paint and mixing it, bottling it, packaging it, shipping it, managing it. That sounds like a lot of plates to have in the air.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely. You on tomorrow or?
Well, I believe so. Usually Jason drops the link in to my email sometime in the late afternoon, Saturday or early evening. It's going to be a 12 p.m. start Aussie time. So that'll be 9 p.m. Saturday night for me. So that'll be a little bit more manageable. I'm sorry, Mikey. We're taking over your chat. I'll shut up.
That's fine.
Peter will probably be broadcasting tomorrow too, of course.
Julian says, reference Sharp casting. Originally, Paul McCann, who looks and sounds like Sharp, He stuffed Disney up playing football. Production couldn't waste time, so cast Sean Bean. He doesn't look or sound like Sharp. Yeah, you're right. But I don't think it'd have been the same if it wasn't Sean Bean.
Hmm.
So, everyone look at the camera a minute. Let's take a photo. Marley,
Hang on, give me a mo.
you're all dark
Okay.
over there.
Well, just give me a sec. Just give me a
There you go,
sec.
that'll do,
Just move
that'll
back.
do. Just look at the camera.
No,
It's not a phase.
Come on, my teeth are hurting me.
There you go. There you go. That's for the Facebook page. Thank you.
Very
Ah.
good. Very
For
good.
the
Wait a
wanted
minute.
posters.
We got to do this again. I got to get my right profile. I'm much better than You guys are talking about black pudding
Yes.
a while back. What is that exactly made of?
Come
Blood.
on, Posh Gary, you'll know this.
Yeah, blood. Yeah, pork and rusk and fat, pork rind, pork meat, rusks, cereals, and pig's blood.
Ah, okay.
That's
Well, when you
Good
said
stuff.
pork rinds, I think the Homer Simpsons of America their ears just perked up.
Yeah, but when you cook it, you slice it into rounds, and you can see these like little white spots, which are the little bits of pork rind fat, which is really
Okay.
tasty.
Okay.
And it also keeps it very moist, otherwise it would dry out too much.
Ah, okay. Well, when
No
I hear
wonder
the
I
word
don't like
pudding,
it after hearing what that's all got in it.
yeah,
It's really nice. It goes really nice on
beautiful.
sausage cookies and things.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, when I hear the word pudding, I think of something sweet.
Mhm.
Oh
Like-
yeah, but you see, that's fair enough. Like Yorkshire pudding and stuff. Yeah,
right,
they're different.
Right. But isn't Yorkshire pudding like bread?
Yeah, it's like
batter,
dumplings.
yeah.
Uh,
It's a simple
Ah,
batter. It's like
yeah.
milk and flour, bit of salt, and an egg. And you
Oh,
whip
okay.
it all up. Then chuck it. It was when you're roasting a piece of beef, a lot of fat comes off. A lot of beef fat comes off, which is brilliant to cook with. So you let that get really hot in the oven. You chuck the batter in, and it puffs right up. It's absolutely beautiful.
Ah, that sounds
And
pretty good.
If you make one that's big enough, you can actually put the whole roast in it inside the Yorkshire pudding as well.
And it catches all the juices as it's resting. Oh my god,
Oh,
so good.
sounds
I'm
like a
hungry
heart
now.
attack. Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
like a
yeah,
well,
you can't
it sounds
tell
like a home
smack
cooked
up
heart
at doing
attack,
it, but
as opposed to the junk I could get here in the States.
We didn't say it was good for your health.
Yeah, well, but there's a lot of like Christmas cookies are delicious. They're homemade, but they're not good for your health either. But they're made with wonderful, clean ingredients. So I'd rather get fat that way.
Yeah.
Dark Side says, cook it. I eat it raw.
Do you really?
Not sure.
Can you do that? Raw pork?
Oh, raw black pudding.
Yeah, you just don't let the farmer find you. Just
So do
Pig
they have
comes
that in
back.
Australia?
Kate
what?
says,
Black pudding, yeah, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's popular, but it's available.
Ah,
I've got some in the
only
freezer. I'll put it on the barbecue.
yeah.
It's only
Takes
the
ages to
American
cook
government-
though, doesn't it?
everything on the bloody barbecue. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's only
Put
the
your
American
cereal on
government
the
that
barbecue in the
natural.
morning. I mean, everything goes on the barbecue.
do you not?
What did you say, Mikey?
I said it's only the American government that thinks that food made with natural food products is actually bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like true story.
Well,
like we would take
just
Vegemite
count
over
that.
to the Middle
You
East
gotta remember-
with us,
Yeah, you
and
got to remember
it's
you can buy
banned from the
a
American
full week of
military.
groceries. I'm
messes.
sorry, John. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'd take or have sent Vegemite over to the Middle East with us.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And it's banned from the American military messes because it's too high in vitamin B.
Yep.
'Cause it's too
Really?
healthy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vegemite, Jason sent one of our American viewers, one of his regular guests, a package of Australian samples of food, including Vegemite.
Yeah.
And so he tried it, and he's like, "Hey, this stuff's great." So he's going to put it on his sandwiches. So and Jason said he's got some coming to me, so I'll gladly try it. And some others.
Tim Tams as well.
I'm sorry?
Tim Tams as well.
Oh, I've had Tim Tams, and I can get them here in the States. They're delicious.
Okay.
Tim Tam Slam
Hey,
is heavenly.
we're taking over the world.
That's okay with me.
Yeah, you just recently got them over there, the Tim Tams, haven't you?
I didn't know that they were available here until a guy did a Tim Tam Slam video on YouTube, and he went to a local grocery store chain here in Chicago, and I was like, "Holy cow, you can get them right here!" So I went over there and I picked up a pack. Remind me I should get some. I'm sorry, Mikey, we're babbling over your chat.
It's all right. Kaylee says, "Gonna go now. Feel meh. Good show, guys. Well done."
Oh, hope you feel a little better,
okay,
Kaylee.
Yeah. She'll be
Thank you,
all right.
Kay.
We'll get through it. Darkside says, "Catch you later, Kaylee. Feel better soon." And Graham says, "Must cook it, not to be eaten raw." Yeah. There's parasites that live in pork, and if you don't cook it properly, they get into you and they attack your brain. So you got to
There's
make sure.
parasites that live in Washington D.C. too.
Sorry, what was that, Gary?
You have to cook it to set the blood. The blood goes through like I won't say congealing, but it's like the proteins do the cross-linking thing with heat, and that binds the whole sausage together. Without that, it's just like liquid cement sort of texture. You can't eat it. Well, you can spoon it in, I suppose, but you got to cook it.
Yeah. For your own health, you got to cook it.
Yeah.
Either way, I think it tastes pretty bad.
It's gorgeous. It's so nice.
Oh.
Kaylee says, "Thanks, Darkside." There you go. Surprisingly,
one of the things we do here is Brinner. So we have like breakfast stuff for dinner occasionally, say once a month or whatever. So, sausages, eggs, and, hash browns. And I usually just cook it on the barbie. But I have the black pudding on there with that. It's great. Love it.
Oh, sausage, egg, and black pudding on a sandwich. Ha ha.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, okay.
More Dark Side says black pudding normally comes in black casing. It does in my butchers anyway. Yeah. It depends. Sometimes
ours is imported from Ireland. I can't remember the brand name. Doesn't matter.
Well, in our unit, because I was a vehicle mechanic in a recovery company, the recce mechs we'd have breakfast, and the recce mechs would go out and do their training or whatever for the day. And the vehicle mechanics would obviously work in the workshop and fix anything that had been broken through the week and stuff. So what we used to do is the chefs would bring all the breakfast stuff that was left over down to the workshop for us for our tea break at 10 o'clock in the morning. And they'd bring it all down. So we'd be there with rounds of bread, just slapping sausages on there and black pudding and bacon and eggs. Just
man, that sounds good.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Back on the ship, we had the chefos leaving us notes in the fridges at night because they're locked. You can't just go into ship stores and start eating food.
Yeah.
But us stokers, because we're the ones that kept the fridges and all the elevators and stuff working.
Right.
They sort of worked out that if they try and lock it, we'll just break the locks off to get at the Tim Tams. So they started leaving notes like, if you're gonna do it, first in, first out, like they'd have a designated box that we could raid. And they started factoring in like stoker loss of like juice boxes and all this stuff.
Awesome.
It's like
you guys,
if it's
deserve it. So.
3 a.m. and I'm, getting towards, the 6 kilometers of rounds on an LHD, I'm like, no. As soon as I go into that fridge, I'm like looking for anything not nailed down.
Anything high calorie and high in sugar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know the feeling. That's what I carry with me when I'm cycling. Anything that's got sugar or fuel of any kind, my body can burn off. Yep.
Well, they don't call it grey mart for nothing. Because if it's not nailed down, it's coming home with.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same thing when I was a machinist. We worked in a pretty warm environment in the machine shop I was at, 80+ degrees day after day. So plenty of water and plenty of snacks.
See, it's weird. When we were in Iraq, we didn't really feel the need to drink water all that much. We drank plenty. We drank 2 or 3 liters a day, but we never really felt thirsty. What we did do is smoke most of the time.
Really? Smoke?
So I'd be underneath a Land Rover, working on a Land Rover with a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, whilst the guy next to me is starting up the Land Rover next to mine with the exhaust fumes coming underneath my Land Rover. And then I remember one day it happened, and the corporal came in. He said, "Stop! There's someone under that Land Rover." And he looked under and went, "You're right, Mike." Right? Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
So do you still smoke, Mikey, or do you quit?
No, I quit 2 years and 9 months ago.
Oh, good for you.
Good effort.
Good for you.
Well, I smoked.
Did you roll your own or buy packed cigarettes?
I started with packed cigarettes, and then I started with cigars, then packed cigarettes, and then I started rolling my own. But
started with cigars, and you give me jip. You give
well,
me.
I didn't have a choice. I was made to.
You were made to?
I started with
You were made to?
Havana now and again, and it.
Was that an order, Mikey, that to smoke a cigar?
Yep. Because when I was in Iraq on Christmas Eve, we decided to have a poker night in the office. And what we've done is we've done some work for converting or adapting some vehicles for the SAS lads. So to say thank you, they managed to get hold of a bottle of vodka for us and a few beers and stuff. So we bought a crate
with the Russian's arm still attached.
Yeah. So we hid it, and then on Christmas Eve we got a crate of pop, drank part of the can, and then poured vodka into the rest of the can. So if anyone walked in, it just looked like we were drinking pop. We were playing poker, and the corporal came in. So here we are, lads. There's a Christmas present off me and the missus, and he gave us all a cigar. I said, "Oh, thanks, corporal, but I don't smoke." And he went, "Don't be so fucking ungrateful. Smoke the damn thing." And I went, "But I don't smoke." I went, "I don't care. It's a Christmas present on me from the wife. Smoke it now." I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
Now, bear in mind, I was only 19 at the time, so I was like, "Okay."
It's a man's life in the modern army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told you that'll put some hair on your chest, and it just didn't stop.
Damn it, Connolly, smoke that thing. In order.
I'm only actually 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started on cigars, and then I went to 60 cigarettes a day when I was in Iraq. Then I cut down to 40 and 20, and then I started rolling when I was on exercise.
Holy mackerel, you sound like John Wayne. Jeez. Holy cow.
And then Christmas Eve, 2 years ago, I went shopping with my mum, and my mum smoked every day, smoked about 40 cigarettes a day since she was 13, 14. And she got out of the car, and she was out of breath by the time she got to the end of the front of the car. And then she was gasping for breath. I was like, I don't want to end up like that.
No kidding. Yeah, I don't blame you there, Mikey. Holy mackerel.
That was it then. I smoked the last bit of tobacco that I had on Boxing Day, and that was it then. I just didn't smoke after that.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Oh, my poor dad, he started smoking at 15, and even after diagnosed with congestive heart failure in the last year of his life, he would still try to smoke one. And he was like, "Oh, my chest." It's like, "Yeah, Dad, you've reached the point where even one not good for you anymore." And the poor guy, he tried to quit, but there was, you guys remember the massive lawsuit versus Philip Morris, I'm sure, right, from the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Where they got him to say under oath in Congress, we make this stuff with the idea of encouraging future consumption. In other words, they had sugar and chocolate particles to the rolling papers, and the tobacco was processed with the idea of creating that urge, kind of like Kind of like
Wow.
snacks and soda. You know, you drink it, you want more. You know, so American-made production cigarettes are, you know, really bad stuff. I don't know what it's like in the UK, but funny thing is, during the war, that's what everybody in Europe wanted. Cigarette Joe, Tobacco Joe, you got tobacco? That was like
during
one
the
of the
war,
biggest trading, that and chocolate.
Even when you were in, Gary, they were probably still giving cigarettes in the ration packs.
Yeah. They were in the survival packs, in the ejection seat survival packs. You had all like these carefully thing. You had a Browning pistol, some rounds, all these various other bits and pieces, and 4 packs. I think it was silk cuts or something like that. 4 packs of cigarettes in the PSP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary had lobster in his meal.
Yeah, champagne pancakes.
Remember the survival pack in Dr. Strangelove?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember when Slim Pickens was reading the contents of the survival pack? Shoot, a guy could have a good night in Vegas with this.
That's right.
Shoot. We're 4 minutes to the 2-hour mark. Do you want to wrap it up, or do you want to do another half hour or so?
It's up to you, Mikey. It's your channel.
I'm asking you guys. You all seem to be getting on really well.
Oh,
I'm happy.
You want to do another?
Yeah,
I'm fine. I just want coffee.
Yeah, I've known Jim before.
I think everyone knows Jim.
Well, they certainly know my voice, especially after coffee. No, check those last few comments, Mikey. Steve's got a good one.
Yeah. Steve says, my wife used to smoke from the time I met her in the arcade in 1982. She tried to quit but always failed until she promised to stop for my 40th birthday. Excellent. She did, and she's not smoked since. That was 22 years ago. Wow.
Wonderful.
Her, Steve.
Oh, good on her.
My granddad used to smoke the equivalent of 2 50-gram pouches of tobacco a day. And he stopped because his mates were winding him up and told him that they went to a hypnotist and that stopped him from smoking. So he went, and he didn't feel like it was working, but he didn't want to admit that it was a load of rubbish. So he just quit. Just because he wanted to prove the point. And he's not smoked since, to be fair to him.
Well, good for him. No matter how you get there, at least you got there.
Tim would attest. My dad smoked most of his life, but he's so short of breath these days that, like, you know, it's pretty awful to watch, really.
Yeah.
But he's still with us.
Yeah.
Let's see, Dances with Aardvarks is in.
Yeah.
Good.
Dances with Aardvarks is in. He says, good morning, afternoon, and evening.
Hey, you dancing.
Ahoy.
There we go. It's a bit bright.
Yeah, I used to play tennis when I was a lot younger. Got coached at it, and I was smoking cigarettes, and I was always out of breath. My coach got me from one side of the court to the other, backwards and forwards, back and forwards, and that's when I woke up and thought, I've got to stop this.
Yeah.
It's no good.
Yeah.
No good. So I had my last cigarette. It was probably going back 30 years ago. My last cigarette, 5 to 12 before New Year's Eve. And I said to my wife, "This is it. This is the last one. I'm stopping after that."
Yeah,
haven't smoked since.
Wonderful.
That sounds like the episode of The Simpsons where they're playing football and Nelson's running down the pitch. He gets to the try line and he goes, I really got to quit smoking.
I thought that story was going to take a left turn when you're like your coach was running you and you're like, I've got to stop this, and you've left the court, lit one up, and never looked back.
I don't know what it's like with RAF Regiment, Gary, when you were in, but when we're in the forces, when we're doing the combat fitness test, when they say, oh, you got a 2-minute water break, everyone would start sparking up instead of just drinking water. In order to make that process easier, on the pistol grip of the SA-80, there's a little stopper so that you can keep a bit of cleaning kit or something in there and to make it lighter. Mm-hmm. So what I used to do, pop the cap off before we started and pop some cigarettes in and put the cap on. So as we were stopping, I could just get the cigarette out and spark up straight away. I have to get going with pocket. It's quite funny because I would go on exercise and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm desperate for a fag," and then I'd pop the cap off and there'd be cigarettes left there from like 2 weeks before, or a month before. Like, brilliant!
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that sort of stuff gets covered by our DVA.
I think
now.
it does because Dad's claimed that.
Yeah.
They've accepted his claim that, like, they forced him to smoke or, that sort of thing. Which
is, like it was the cultural norm at the time.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still the same for us. Like if like I've had a couple of mates now that have gotten out of the Navy as well, and they've put smoking on there. And they're like, yeah, I took it up because I didn't get smoko unless I was having a smoke. It just kept working me. Yeah.
Well, a lot of us were smoking like 20 a day or whatever. And then they sent us, there's rioting in London was it 2011, Gary? The riot.
I think it's 2024.
Yeah. No, 2011 riots. They sent us all to Germany to do riot training. But our glorious CO decided that his soldiers didn't smoke. And we weren't allowed off camp to go and buy cigarettes. So
How
you
to win
had
friends
a
and influence
battalion
people.
full of guys, who most of which smoked, suddenly being told they can't have cigarettes.
Yeah.
It was not a happy camp.
Oh,
I don't imagine it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
You wanna
nearly
piss somebody
useless,
off,
I'd have thought.
Yeah. Luckily, we had some regular lads with us who were based there anyway, so they would use their ration card to go and get us some cigarettes, and we'd give them like a bit of extra money to get us some fags. It's the only way they kept us calm. Because apparently colonels know best. Dancy says he's late because he's just been non-ferrous metal shopping. Excellent.
Okay.
Dark Side says, "Hey, Dances." And Dancy says, "Hi, DSSM." That's a cool little acronym, isn't it?
That's one hell of an acronym.
Yeah. DSSM says, "Mikey, Duke says bye. His messages aren't coming through on YouTube chat." Oh, what the hell's he done? We've broken Dukey.
No, I think Dukey broke Dukey.
Yeah. Dukey broke Dukey.
The
Dancy
Dukey
says,
monster.
Album by Green Day, isn't it? Dookie. From memory.
I don't know,
Yeah.
Alex, what
it is.
John used to get in bin bags.
Yes.
Dancy says, "Did you ever pop a cap off in someone's ass and they were scaling the tired wall?" Oh, dear.
You military guys in your hijinks.
We did do a drive-by with a Jimpy and a minibus. That was fun. On a train exercise, our sergeant major was doing an ambush,
Hang on.
and he was firing the Jimpy at the enemy. And we decided to go and pick him up in the minibus. So we picked him up in the minibus, slammed on, he jumped in and lay in the side door of the minibus, firing the Jimpy as we were driving down the road. It was so cool. Then by the time we finished, the barrel was that hot that it actually melted one of the belt buckles. And it was a private hire. It was a hired minibus. It wasn't an army one. So they got a nice melted seatbelt buckle. Dark Side says, "No, it happens to me on YouTube sometimes too. It's a thing that keeps happening." Yes. YouTube's getting weird lately. Yeah. I've done the 7-4 thing that Julian was asking about. That one. There you go.
Very nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, very good. Very nice.
So
Okay,
now
yeah.
it's like black and white rocks.
Yeah,
Now
that's
I can
good.
paint. There you go.
Very good, sir.
I have to look at my ugly mug as well.
Hey, the other Marley.
Yeah, the better looking Marley's in. He says, "Hello, my friends and relatives."
Oh, Paul.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, forget about Australia taking over. I think our family
Marley.
is.
GB, are you a member of NAM? you'd know what I'm talking about if you would be.
No, I don't think I am.
Northern area modelers.
No.
You know.
Hang on. I might be. I'm not too sure, but I could be. Why is that?
Oh, just because if you're in the northern area of Melbourne, they have northern area modelers. It's a club group.
Yeah, I think I would be.
Yeah,
I'm joined up with
actual
a
club. I
few.
think they have meetings and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, to tell you the truth,
Yes,
I've got
that's right. Yeah, they
subscriptions
do.
on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel lineup. Yeah. And I can't keep up with everything I've joined or subscribed to. If you asked me what I got on my list, I couldn't tell you. I mean, just what I see on my notifications comes up. I'm like, oh, I had that channel in my lineup. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Brown.
Well, I'm going to go make some coffee. Seeing we're going to be working overtime. You're working us hard, Mikey. I hope I'm getting time and a half for this.
Yeah, you get an extra half a hobnob.
No, Tim Tam.
Okay, you
So,
can
yeah, I know. I've signed up on a few. What they are now, I don't know because it would have been ages ago.
What colour would people recommend for doing rocks?
Do you mean crystal meth?
Funnily enough, no.
Oh, well, just have to be sure.
What sort of rocks are you?
Well, this
doing?
is the thing. I don't know whether to do like a sandstony type or sedimentary, granite.
What colour's your dragon?
Red.
Maybe something cool then to contrast it, sort of like a
Yeah.
blue-grey?
Yeah.
Well, predominantly the rocks around. Oh, you got slate color and everything around
Yeah, I've
Wales,
got
so just
slate.
go for
I could do slate and light and then lighter slate. That'd look all right, I think.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Now I can ask you a question. So here's the thing. So this is the Eindecker. I had to shave it down furiously, top and bottom. So by doing that, I got rid of the. It's got not panelized, but the frames. So I've reinstated some frames using this, the evergreen, the real thin slivers there, right? But around the cockpit there, it's the top there. It says red brown. Now what I have is cavalry brown, leather brown, and a red leather. So what do you reckon I should do? Do you reckon that one's too red?
I'd do it with leather brown and then do just a highlight around the rim with maybe the cavalry.
Right. I'll do that. Thank you. Leather brown.
John.
Hello. It's been a while.
It has. We have another comment. Oh, we have a couple. Dancer says, hi, Paul. Dark Side says, grey. Yeah, I'm going to do it slate grey. Steve says, hobnobs? Nah, I have some Jaffa cakes, although not for long. Don't say that from Mr. Childs. If you're a beneficiary of Models of Heroes and you admit that you've not done hobnobs, God help you. Steve says, granite, go for that. Dancy says, hobnob saved my life. Clickbait. I'm surprised that you weren't in the Modeller's Mess, Gary. There's nobody ever invited
it's
to
just something I'd never got around to doing, and each week I'd be watching the show on a Sunday thinking, maybe I should put that, and then looking around YouTube or Facebook, how can I do that? So that's when I was, what is going on? Because I was so proud of my Marauder, I had to show it off to the world.
You did. It's wonderful.
Does it have pride of place now?
It has pride of place in a storage thing that is going to go to the club next week. Oh no, next week, about 3 weeks time. Go to the club, and I'm going to take it to Telford, but I don't know whether I'm brave enough to put it into the competition or just put it on the club table or whatever.
Go for it. Put it in the competition. Make sure you put your logo on it, and then you'll win.
That's not how it works. That's how it's working in the States, and that's why IPMS is on the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how IPMS works.
No, they're trying to get away from that. The allegations of that sort of thing happening.
Yeah.
It happened about 2 years ago.
The other problem is that the category it goes into will be diorama aircraft.
Yeah.
And the sort of quality of dioramas that are around these days of crashed planes and
but
stuff like that.
Technically, it should be more than just the quality. It should also be the creativeness and the thought that's gone into it and things as well.
Well, we'll see. I don't think just do it just for fun. And as Crazy Loacher said the other day, you can't tell other people, can't suggest to other people to do stuff if you're not going to do it yourself. So that, fair point.
Good point. I'll stop telling you to go into competitions because there's no way I'm ever going to do it.
Well, you can make whatever you want. Just if you're a judge, just don't touch my bloody model. Don't ever pick it up.
Oh, they're not allowed to. I asked about this a while back, and they're really strict about that. They can use like dental mirrors to look into things, but I believe they're not allowed to physically touch or pick.
Right. I'm referring back to that YouTube video that went viral of the judge picking up someone's tank model or something and shining the light phone on the underside to see if there was detail and painting under there. And he did it apparently without asking permission. And you see those signs all over model shows, do not touch. Well, that means for the judges too. I can't believe that guy did that.
Well, the worst ones are when you have kids there because they try and pick them up and put them in the pocket and things like that.
But a judge should know better. Yeah. A judge should know better.
Dark Side says, I prefer chocolate hobnobs. Okay,
well, we're finishing off a pack right now. We bought some because they're on special at Woolies.
Dances says, true though, I have celiac disease and hobnobs made me really bad, which is how I worked it out. There we go.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know a friend of mine is celiac too. He's got to really manage his diet carefully.
Right.
This I hate that when you drop a tiny piece in your lap or something, and it's just. I'm gonna have to get my hands on these.
That's your penis.
I usually find mine about 5 weeks later.
Yeah.
After I've already made the part or found something else to substitute and went through the freaking work to do it, and then I find it. I throw it out. I just throw it right in the bin. I think you little bastard. Where were you 5 weeks ago when I needed you?
I'm glad that modeling keeps you in a good, happy place there, Jim. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, modeling. Serenity now. Serenity now. Yeah.
Well, hey. All right.
It was cathartic. It's good for you. It's cathartic. Let it out.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, there are times when I'm ready to do something and I drop it, like what happened to Tim, and I just got to get up and walk away. I got to take a break and just go do something else for a couple hours. I'm just like, I had it.
Yeah, well, that's why you
support Happy Gilmore about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's why I used to play gridiron. Balance out the rage from this.
I don't worry so much about if I lose a couple of my pieces, but when I lose pieces for customers, that's when I get really worried.
Well, that's a different kind of modeling, doing it on commission and work for others. Yeah.
Yeah, it means I've got to buy a whole new model, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about doing that, and I don't know. It'd be hard for me to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah,
keep the same kind of pleasure and timetable. You got to get something done in a certain amount of time, which is good and can be a little bit, add pressure to it. I assume. I've never done it, so.
Yeah, I've just from a couple of my YouTube videos that I've done, if people around my area, they bring their pieces down and ask me to spray it for them or carbon fiber it for them because they're not good on carbon fibering, or chroming, spraying chrome, stuff like that people want me to do. So, and then I just do it for them and give it back to them.
Okay, well that's good. That's a bit of work, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of work, but I just sort of like interact it with if I'm got to spray chrome on my stuff or anything like that. I just ask them if you're not in a hurry for it, I'll do it up with my stuff as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've built stuff for people, but it was only, complimentary, like, for friends. Like, no, they were like, do you want anything for it? Like, no, it's okay. I mean, you want this, like a guy I knew, he was in the Navy and he found a model of the ship he was on. And so, what do we got here?
Ah.
Look
at that.
I can't read it too clearly.
Melbourne Storm.
The Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
Up over Sydney Roosters.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Melbourne's into the NRL Grand Final, which is good because they've missed out on the AFL Grand Final. NRL is, National Rugby League, and AFL is Australian.
Okay, thank you. I was about to ask what sport.
Australian Football League.
Okay.
Well,
Aussie Rules. Yeah, Aussie Rules is played in Melbourne this weekend, and it's Brisbane versus Sydney.
Yep. That's the reason why we've got the public holiday off.
Yeah, that's right. It's public holiday.
Yep. But Melbourne Storms, they're spitting the dummy a little bit because they want the MCG because apparently the ground only holds 30,000, where they could easily get 90,000 at the MCG if it was put there.
MCG is the Melbourne Cricket Ground for all those people that are not from Australia.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, never been an NRL guy.
Darkside says, it's bad for me because I have grey carpet. Trying to find a tiny grey piece is the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I missed that conversation.
Yeah. And Tim, my carpet's not grey yet. Just thought you'd like to know.
I didn't. Thank you.
Just
thanks, John. Yeah.
My granddad said that to us once because we sat talking to my dad and granddad. They were sat on their bed watching telly, and he said, he said to me, and I said, it's just like back in the 1960s or whatever it was when we sat in the back row of the cinema in at Irene." And he went, and my sister went, "Granddad," he went, "What? Just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean the fire's gone out." I was like, "Granddad."
Jesus.
Well, we
just going to the next room and
we used to say about a woman, if she had her hair and she changed her color, does the carpet match the drapes?
Yeah.
Very crude.
Yeah. And that's us getting attacked by the feminists next week.
Yeah, right. Yes. I'll be. You'll see me on CNN. I'll be the one with the noose around my neck.
Yeah.
Graham says Hull KR is my Super League team.
Oh, okay.
What is KR?
Kingston Rovers. Hull Kingston Rovers.
Okay.
Of course, Gary would know that. It's Rugger, old boy.
Even though it is league.
Yes. I much prefer Union myself.
Never played rugby.
Haven't you?
Never once played rugby. We didn't do rugby at our school.
Oh, too posh to get in the mud, were you?
Again, we had staff for that sort of thing. We used to call it Som Week, where we would stand around and all the underlings would get into the mud for us. It was grand.
We always said Union was the thugs game played by gentlemen, and League was the gentleman's game played by thugs.
That sounds right.
Fair to me.
Mm.
No, we our school, the winter sport at our school was hockey,
Really?
field hockey. Yeah,
See, we played
I got-
hockey, I think, in the
And
summer.
I
polo.
got bored with that, so I played ice hockey instead.
We played rugby, football, cricket, and tennis. And we played hockey as well.
We played Pokemon cards.
We played kangaroo boxing.
Yeah.
Dancy says, have you tried working on Watchmaker's desk, Matt? The SSM. They're non-bouncing and keep parts visible. Ooh, good idea.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, okay, I got to find one of those.
Yeah. That sounds like a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
I've actually got watch toolkit as well. Next. Dark Side, who, before I read this, Dark Side is our female moderator. Tiffany.
Yeah.
The feminists will be put in the void with the other two residents. So
You
the void
pig.
is, on YouTube, you can't really block people, but what you can do is hide them. And what it does is basically puts them in an echo chamber of one. So they can like, comment, and things like that, but nobody can see it. And they can. So, yeah. So whenever somebody
like
pisses me off, that's when Modmus puts them in the void.
It's like a
I wish I could do that with a certain presidential candidate.
Oh, we should do it with both of them.
What did Harris do to you? No.
No. Let's not go down that one.
Yeah, can't go down there.
Yeah.
No,
We can do that on Discord if you want to.
Yeah.
Well,
Fair enough.
At least
Mike.
this week we're giving the Palestinians a rest.
Ah. Careful, John.
Return our sausages.
Save the sausages.
Yeah.
Oh dear. The channel's still getting taken down.
If I can attack yet another stereotype of my channel, can I criticise ICM somewhat?
Sure. How dare you?
They've given me a map case, right, for this set of figures, right? And on the instruction sheet, there's a little map you can cut out.
Yeah.
That's
Black
the
and
map case. That's the map. Are you seeing how much smaller this is compared to that?
Well, I don't know about the RAF regiment, but in the army we used to just fold it.
Yeah, but if you fold it, what's the point of putting that on? And
You can fold it where you want, then.
Yeah, but it's even too short for the long side if you fold it.
You can always fold
It's
it
just
in the
too small.
Maybe
You
that's
have
the
to
type of
spread
map
it.
Monty would read.
Well, no, they're pointing it, and a map is basically pictures. So, you know.
Yeah. I can just hear Monty right now saying to Horrocks and Dempsey, I told bloody Eisenhower. I told him we'd be in bloody Berlin by now.
But they wouldn't listen.
For my World War One
those
diorama, I made a map.
The four officer types.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
That
Says
looks
Monty
great.
himself.
Yeah, there's Monty. Yes.
Okay.
He's going to knock Rommel for 6 right out of Africa.
What scale is that?
135.
Huh.
135th.
Never painted a 135th mini.
What was that?
Never done a 135th.
No, I've not done 135th figures before, I don't think. So, yeah, I'm going to do them just because, I want to show people how I happen to paint. I very much smoke and mirrors approach to painting figures. It's like one of those, like, really don't look too closely at them.
Yeah.
Like from a distance, they look great. But too
Well,
close,
that's kind of what they're meant to be viewed at, Gary. I mean, looking at figures up close all the time. Spencer Pollard had an interesting point on that. He said that, we tend to focus too much on models when we're looking at them less than an inch away, when really they're on a shelf, and how far are they across the room, or where are they on your desk? And you got to remember to build models in perspective of the distance you'll be viewing them at. We're not always looking at them like right up between our nose, and cross-eyeing ourselves. But we get caught up in that. I mean, I know I do. I mean, I'm trying to paint every little detail on a figure, and it's like, dude, it's 35th. That means 35 feet away. What's it going to look like then?
Yeah. Jim said, dances, need to find some of those mats. Yeah, I think we all could, really.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Dark Side says, no, I haven't, dances. I'll have a look later. Yeah. Dances says, you can get them from jewelry tool suppliers, Jim, and they are fairly inexpensive. Might have a look at that. But saying that, I like being able to put my stickers on my cutting mat. Speaking of which, I've got some channel stickers coming on the 3rd.
Oh, yeah. Did you get them yet? Did they arrive?
They're coming on the 3rd.
Okay, excellent. Excellent.
So, which is next Thursday. So, hopefully they'll arrive either before or during the live. So I'll be able to show you.
Wow.
Well, I went
What
for the
are the
whole
odds? Oh, yeah.
So they should be cool. And I've also got a cup with my logo on it as well, so that I don't get risk of copyright infringement.
Yeah, you don't want Walt Disney breaking down your door.
No, because
not again.
Yeah.
Or Buena Vista, excuse me, Buena Vista. They're the ones that own Disney.
Yeah. So I ordered 30 to see how they come out. If I need more, then I'll order more. But yeah,
that's great, Mikey. I look forward to seeing those. Hey, if you can mail some to me, I'd be grateful. I'd put them all over my model shop.
Yeah, they're about. I think it came to about 20 quid or something for 30, something like that. So yeah, I'll try.
It's all right.
They're only 5 centimeter ones, so not massive, but they'll be fine.
Yeah, but a lot of that's the artwork.
I like people's model mats when they're got the overhead camera and you got the various stickers of the other channels that they're following or subscribed to. I like that. It adds a little life to it.
Yeah, I'd love to have a Gary Stuffler sticker on mine, but he doesn't do stickers.
Not yet. I will be very soon. Oh God, it's going to sound just as bad. I've got a chap looking into it for me.
Gary, what do you do on your own?
I supervise.
Champagne
I
pancakes.
supervise. It's an endless job.
He's one tie one's own shoelaces.
No, I mentioned the possibility of it on live stream, and then Mystery Box Nick sent me a message and says, "Look, no, don't do it yet. Let me figure out something." I think his son's something to do with the printing industry or something like that. But he said, "Leave it with me," and I left it with him. But there will be before too long.
Cool.
I mean, you can buy them, but they're really expensive through like these print on demand companies, you know. But they're
I ordered them through Vistaprint.
Yeah, Vistaprint. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yep.
The 5 centimeter circle, 5 centimeter circles. I think, like I said, it's about 30 for 20 quid, but it's the holographic ones that I've ordered. So
holographic.
Cool. Yeah.
I've only got one sticker on my cutting pad. That's about it. Otherwise, stick any more on there, they'll get ruined too quick.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants one, let me know.
Nah, I'm not a fan of the channel, so.
The peanut gallery is alive and well.
Yeah. You know, I only designed your logo for you.
You did. And what a wonderful logo it is, too.
Yes. So, yeah. My first bit of merch.
Excellent.
What I do want to get is an embroidered one, like on a T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
I'll drop you a link to a company, Mike, that I use called Workwear Express. And they do mine, because the good thing is once you've done the artwork and you sent it to them, you've approved that. Anytime you order anything else, it's just add that on. Okay, no problem. They do it. So
awesome.
That's what I use.
Don't Vistaprint do T-shirts and stuff like that?
They do, but one T-shirt is about 25 quid, and
wow,
it's just a normal print. It's not embroidered.
Right. Yep.
It's pretty
Yep.
expensive. That's over $30 American. Holy cow!
So yeah, I just got a cup and the stickers.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I'll take the stickers, please. Yeah.
not a problem.
Nope. I'll see you later, dances.
Yeah. Jim says dances. I'll look for that. Thanks for the suggestion. Julian says, Julian's doing his best to offend as many people as possible. Rugby league is for those who can't handle rough games like rugby union. American football padding is those too soft to play rugby. I'll no go hiding on the moon. Yeah.
Will I be wrong in pointing out that actually a lot of rugby union sides now, they have some basic padding into their shoulders and things like that now? Because it was getting crazy number of injuries.
Well, when we were in school, because we were when we were in sixth form, because me and two of my mates been playing rugby since we were in year 7, and two of them played for the local rugby team, and one guy played for Wales under 18s. We got put in charge of teaching the year 7 rugby team, and we had one lad turn up in full American padding, and we looked at him and went, 1, what the fuck are you wearing? 2, how the fuck did you get it under your rugby shirt?
Yeah. That's right.
Like, do us a favour, go over to the side of the pitch, take it all off, because you're going to injure yourself with it. Yeah, but it says technically, like, no, trust me, if you're doing rugby properly, you'll injure yourself if you wear the padding, the big American padding. Take it off. Don't be silly. If you do it
I
properly,
always
you
loved
won't hurt yourself.
wearing shoulder pads. I loved it. Like first season playing linebacker, I was wearing call them a cowboy collar. You know, it goes up the back of the pads. And oh my god, like it'd stop your head from going too far back, so you could just lock that sucker in and ear hole someone. And it was lights out. There was a running back from Victoria that in States, this dude was probably like half my size and was chirping all game, and came straight off the weak side and just ear holed him. He was just on the ground. Yeah, Gonskis.
I used to love it when you're running down the wing, you got the ball under your arm, and somebody comes at you on your open side. So as they come at you, you just go like, bang, elbow, and they just go flat on the ball, and you carry on running. But we had a lad, I've probably mentioned this before on the channel, but we had a lad who we knew, there was me, my 2 mates, one of them who is now my brother-in-law, and another lad. We all played rugby quite a lot. And we always used to make sure we were on the same team, because we were the only ones in the year group that played rugby a lot. And there's this one lad, we knew that if we kicked the ball to him, he would either fumble the ball and just run off and leave it on the floor, or he would pick it up, see us running towards him, and run towards his own goal.
Yeah.
Oops.
We always made sure to kick it to him. And there's a couple of times where he ran backwards towards his own goal, and he looked back to see where we were just as he went into the metal post.
Awesome.
And smacked himself out. That guy is now a police officer with North Wales Police.
I'll tell you what, I thought you were about to say he's now the Prime Minister.
He's now a police officer.
Mikey, does anybody know in rugby are the goalposts on the goal line itself, not on the back line?
No, they're on the try line itself.
Yeah.
Okay, you call it the try line. Okay, well we call it the goal line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to score a try, you have to physically place it on the ground.
Right. You have to. That's where our term touchdown comes from.
Yeah.
But you don't have to touch the ball down in order to have the points count. But I noticed when I watch rugby, every time they put the ball down, even if they run clean on one of those long runs where they get open, they still got to touch the ball down.
Even if they get tackled and they got the ball under their arm and their arm is between the ball and the floor, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
And it's got to be placed down with downwards pressure. So they go back to the video ref and they just go forwards and back to see if it's actually if he meant to place it there or whether it's a fumble. And
Well, the reason I ask is that in the NFL they moved the goalpost back to the end line about the mid 70s because they were having enormous injuries. Guys' careers are ending. They were running full speed down the field for a pass or a run, and they hit those posts, and they would break ribs, break collarbones, break massive head trauma. Sometimes, I mean, the helmets back then were very thin. Anyway, the reason I ask is because I noticed that about rugby. Now, do you guys have any injuries involving that? I mean, hitting those posts.
Yeah, it's funny as.
They actually, a few years ago, they actually had to change rules to say that you're not allowed to tackle people above the shoulders. Because what they were doing was tackle each other and just diving and grabbing each other around the neck.
Yes, the old clothesline tackles. Yeah, that's what we called them. They outlawed those in the NFL a long time ago.
Yeah.
Although fun fact about that with the NFL, so it's not a horse collar if you grab their hair.
Right.
So So you've got guys like Derrick Henry.
Right.
You know.
Big those are extensions. Those are extensions. They're going to come off anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But they're going to hurt like hell.
Yeah, it's like a hawser, like off a ship. You know, he wears them in a big knot out the back, and if you grab that and rip it, cool. Yeah, as long as you haven't grabbed his jersey or his pads, all good.
That is considered part of the uniform. I don't know if they've changed it, but years ago there was the guy. He's a Samoan. He played safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers. His name was Tim Polamalu, and he had hair.
Troy Polamalu.
He had hair. Right, Troy Polamalu. Excuse me, Troy. And he got tackled by his hair badly. The guy spun him around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely a penalty, but they didn't penalize him for tackling him by the hair. And they asked the NFL about that during the week, and the NFL replied, said, technically that is part of the uniform, so it's okay to tackle by the hair.
Wow.
That dude as well was an absolute freak of nature. Troy Polamalu, when he was playing, he timed his rush. So as the ball's getting snapped, he's jumping over the lineman before they even have a chance to come up in a pass pro. And like as the quarterback is pulling the ball back in towards his chest, he's got his massive Islander just landing on him.
Yeah, that takes a real good sense of timing.
Oh yeah, the guy's a freak.
French international rugby team. There's absolutely huge. He just walked on the pitch in the lineup, and it's just the lineup's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden it's just this guy's like long hair, and he's like.
Well, Jim and I will fondly remember William Perry, number 72 in the 85 Bears, the refrigerator.
Yeah. I wonder if he's still alive. I mean, I think he ate himself out of his job in the NFL. I mean, I think he's still going, but God's sake, I hope he lost some weight. I mean, he was over 350 pounds when the Bears cut him in '93.
That is a big boy.
Yeah, but apparently over like 10 yards, he was one of the fastest guys on the team.
Oh yeah, well that was his.
He couldn't run more than 15 yards in one go, but that first 10, blocking or whatever, and he got a touchdown in the '85 Super Bowl as well, didn't he? 1 yard touchdown.
Yeah.
It always amazed me, especially when you look at.
But he's still alive.
He is okay. Well,
same age
all
as
right, guys,
me.
I'm gonna get going. Battery's just about going to die, so I'll jump off now. And thanks for letting me come on.
Hey, good to see you, DB. See you tomorrow. Show.
Yeah, we're back on Monday for viewers panel if you want to come on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Take care,
Jim. Good
to see you, man.
Yeah. It always amazed me when you look at the rugby lineups at the beginning of a match, and you got the back row, which is all like your fly halves and things like that. They're all little tiny skinny blokes.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden it goes to the back row and it's like these giant bloody refrigerator shaped guys. They just look like they want to eat everyone.
But you know, with the rugby guys, they're big, but they have got incredible speed. They can move quickly with all that power.
Yeah. Do you know?
I mean, down long
just occurred to me. These streams we do, I think they do more for world peace than the UN.
That's not difficult, is it?
No.
Yeah, we don't have to send a strongly worded letter to anyone. Which is nice.
Yeah. Well, it also helps them speak more or less the same language.
If we do have to send a strongly worded letter, can we get Posh Gary to do it? It'd sound more official coming from it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a question. That maybe someone can help me out with this. In most American sports, when you do something really bad, like intent to injure, it's called a quote personal foul. Was it soccer? Pardon me, football.
Mm-hmm.
British foot. I believe it's called a what is it called? Oh, an issue of complaint or a
No, they call it an Emmy performance.
no. I'm not talking about flopping. I'm not talking about flopping. That's a different thing. Oh man, notice of complaint. Notice of complaint. I heard that term on Sky Sports one time. They were talking about a football player who got, I think, suspended for a couple of matches. Is that what you call them? Not games. You call them matches. Is that it? Yeah. And it was based on a quote notice of complaint. Does anyone know what that means?
I think it's where the referee's not noticed that there's been a foul, and the player can say to the referee, "Look, this is what happened. It didn't look like an obvious foul, but this is what happened." Like, say he went up to him and sort of grabbed all of the side of his shorts or something, or something like that, or ankle tapped him or something like that.
Well, does it involve a red card?
It depends on whether the referee thinks it.
Because a red card means ejection, right?
Yeah, yellow. You can get 2 yellow cards and then you're off the pitch, or you can get 1 red card and then you're off the pitch.
Okay.
And if you get too many red cards in a season, then you get suspended.
I think it might be similar, Jim, to how the coach can toss his flag to get the ref to have a look, like a challenge.
Oh, a challenge? Okay.
It's probably a similar kind of mechanic to that. Like, it hasn't been picked up, and you go, "Hey, look, is there something here?"
No, all right, I see. Okay, just curious, just trying, because we are 2 people separated by a common language. So we could be meaning the same thing, but it could be worded differently. That's all. I was just seeing if it was similar to the same what we have here. But anyway, okay.
Tim, you're becoming a bit of a regular on the channel. When you get your own headphones, can you get some big floppy dog ears? Because that would look so cool.
Yeah, I'll paint the nose and wear the whiskers and all
get
that
some
stuff.
German Shepherd ears.
Yeah, like that U.S. general that retired and it came out that he was into puppy stuff.
Was he a fuzzy guy or something like that?
No. It was a U.S. general, and he put a thing. It's like, "Oh yeah, I've been into this the whole time." Officer Bow Wow out.
Well, there was,
you mean like role playing?
Yeah, like sort of bedroom stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if I want to make that public knowledge.
I think it'd look awesome if Tim just sat there with a big pair of floppy dog ears with his long hair and everything.
Yeah. And I'll stop talking about American football. I'll just go.
Well, you just wear your regular gimp mask, though.
Can't put all hair under it anymore.
I will not be shamed.
I best catch up on the chat.
Where is that?
Watchmaker's bench, Matt, is the best search term. Yes.
Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. Where does Aussie rules fit into that hierarchy, Julian? Darkside says, "I want one. I also need to get models for Heroes 1. Models for Heroes, Matt. Oh, stickers.
Stickers,
yes. Yeah. When I send you, hang on.
Bear with.
Yes.
Wonderful series, that.
When I send you my sticker, Tiff, do you want one of them ones?
Oh, nice. I like those too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I need those everywhere in my model shop.
I have one, but you can't see it. It's on the back of my laptop screen. So it's really.
Al sent me that. So yeah, I've got plenty because obviously they get dirty on the mat and things like that. So I can replace them. When they get dirty. Julian says, with 3 Aussies in the stream dances, even I'm not that brave / daft. Dancy says, lol. And he says, gotta go buy some nuts and bolts. Catch you all later. Later, dances.
Cheers, gents.
See you, mate.
Sonic says, hey guys, just woke up. You lazy bastard. Jim says, see you later, dances. Jim says, Gary, you need assistance to run your channel. If only you.
If only I had staff. Yes, exactly. I know. It's so hard to find good staff, though.
To be fair, Julian, I have offered to moderate on his live streams for him if he needs to.
That could be quite useful. That would actually be very useful, Mikey.
Well, yeah, I don't mind doing it because it means you've got someone to put the chat up on the screen then so you can see it. And things like that.
Yeah. Let's have a little chat about that before the next one. That's cool.
Yeah. Have your people talk to his people. Well, actually, have your people talk to Mikey because he doesn't have staff.
Yes, I'm poor.
There's a Tim Minchin song, but the song that lasts 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And he starts off with something. My people took a call a week ago. Yes, I've got people and a phone and a sense of the passage of time. And just a lovely little line he put in. And this song lasts exactly 3 minutes. And there's a big countdown clock behind him when he sings it. It's absolutely outstanding.
Jim's dropped out and Paul's jumped in. And Jim's back.
Hello, Paul.
Hi.
Sorry, guys. I really do have to move this computer next time I'm on because it's just not close enough to the router. I keep getting bounced.
It's all right.
Which is probably a good thing.
Do the polite thing and come on and say, hi, Paul, how are you?
Oh.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Hey,
I'm doing great, Paul. Good to see you. Look, perfect. You two are set up right, one on top of the other. This is like the Brady bunch. We just
the dominant one.
My brother is also my lover.
Yeah.
We can actually do a comparison now, and I'm going to say Paul's definitely the better looking one.
Yeah.
He's got the cheekiest tops.
It's all about the lighting.
Dark Side says, hey, Sonic. Sonic says, one thing American football is going for it is they're really nice jerseys. Always did love that style. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jim says, hey, Sonic, good afternoon to you, mate. Sonic says, hey, Jim. Jim says, actually, yes, that's right about the shoulder padding, and now players go off for head injury assessments if a sensor they wear tells the physio collision was too hard. Yeah. Sonic says, hey, Tiff, gizzy.
Oh, good Lord.
Jim says, afternoon, Sonic. Sonic says, hey, Julian. And Graham says, enjoyed the stream, guys. Have a good weekend. See you all later.
Cheers, man.
This was ages ago. So.
Graham.
Yeah. Julian says, later, Graham. Have a good one. Dark Side says, catch you later, Graham. See you Monday. Julian says, if I recall correctly, in the movie The Mean Machine, one guy got a wicked clothesline tackle and did get a broken neck. Yes, that happened in real life.
Wow.
And surprisingly, the guy carried on playing. Julian says, funniest sports moments had a clip where a rugby union hooker just hoofed the ball and fluked a drop goal, thereby losing his team the game by 1 point when the ref blew his whistle to end the game. Julian says, soccer could learn from rugby union. 10 minutes in the sin bin on the sidelines for every yellow card. In the Euro final, there'd have been down to 10 men, 30 minutes in total. Yeah. Dark Side says, ooh, yes, please. Sonic says, wouldn't surprise me if a president or leader of a country was into some weird fetish and openly wore that kind of stuff whilst in office. I can so imagine that. There's actually a Tory MP a couple of years ago in the UK, and he actually got found out for essaying a female member of staff and chasing around the sofa shouting, I'm a naughty Tory.
Wow.
Remember that, Gary?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Oh, no.
Dark Side Robin says Sonic had a late night. I don't need to know. Oh, watching videos. There we go. I didn't go to sleep till about 5 o'clock, and I was up at 9. Julian says Malls for Heroes also need to get mouse mats and coasters. Yes, they do. Totally agree.
They used to have mouse mats with a picture of the mouse tank on it, which is, I thought, wonderful.
Yeah. I've got a mouse mat with a Malls for Heroes sticker on it because everyone that joins Malls for Heroes as a beneficiary gets a mouse mat with a Malls for Heroes sticker on. Cool. But yeah, I think they would do cool. The reason they don't do stuff like that is because they don't make any money out of the merchandise. Because if they price it too high, people don't buy it. So they just have to do it at cost, pretty much. So, yeah. But if you want stickers and stuff, they do have baseball caps and clothes and things. And if you go to the shows or anything, they tend to have stickers with them. And they also have these. Ooh, there. Keep out and make models. It's like a little postcard.
Ah, very good.
Okay.
So I have that on my desk in front of my monitor. Sonic says hoodies also. Yes, they do. Tiff says, what am I? Sliced bread? I'm paid in hobnobs instead. That's true. We need to get you a pack of chocolate hobnobs.
A package?
Yeah. Sonic says, it's the lighting, eh?
Yeah.
Sonic says, good to see new names here in chat and new faces on the panel. Shows the channel is growing. Brilliant. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us if you're new. I'm really happy to have you with us. Sonic says, can I see the stickers, please, Mikey? Yes. I'll get them back out. They're in my drawer. Shit. There you go. Them ones.
Lovely.
If I focus. There you go. And they've got the website on there as well. You can make donations of kit and stuff or money to Malls for Heroes. They are always greatly appreciated. And they go to help veterans all over the UK and members of the emergency services, both past and present. They make a huge difference and they do save lives. I think me and Gary and John can all attest to that.
Absolutely.
Julian says, weirdest news article I ever read. Lawyer was prosecuted for assaulting a woman in her bedroom. His defense, he thought she was a panda. Don't mention pandas if you've got modmin. Before we came on the show, she switched the channel, talked to us, and she didn't realise she hadn't wiped all her makeup off her eyes.
So she immediately said, "Oh, I look like a panda."
Did you see that news story about the pandas in China that were just painted dogs?
No.
Yeah. Oh god.
It was very good. News broke about it, and everyone was having a laugh. And then I'd completely forgotten about it because this was months and months ago. And then just recently it came up again saying, yeah, the zoo's come out and admitted and apologized that, yes, they're just painted dogs.
Chow chows or something.
Yeah. They just painted chow chows black and white. They're like, no, they're pandas. And then everyone's like, we have Google Images, mate. They're not pandas.
Yeah.
I don't accept that for a minute, Tim. There's no dodginess in China.
No.
Yeah. They do everything on the up and up. Totally honest.
Hey, you've been to China, haven't you? The better-looking Marley.
Never let me go back there, please.
Gary's too posh to go there.
He'd have someone go for him.
Yeah, he's got people for that.
What do you think the Beijing office do all day, for God's sake?
Yeah. When Gary says he's having a Chinese for tea, he literally means it arrived this morning.
On a flight from Wuhan.
Yeah.
Apparently the
That'd
fried
be
bat
funny.
is delicious.
Gary, if you were more successful on YouTube, you'd have a cha-ching office, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's a little
Absolutely
bit racist.
right.
Oh, sorry, you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't upset our Chinese friends.
Oh God.
Anyway, I need to go and have some lunch. Maybe get the kitchen staff to rustle me up something.
Hey,
It's me,
Just
isn't it?
before you go, Lord Gary, can I just say well done on your marauder? It was beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really, really proud of it. You know, there's sometimes you make something and you think, yeah, it's all right. And there's sometimes you make something and think, do you know what? I'm really happy with that. And that the marauder comes into that. I'm so pleased with the way it all worked out.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Just
and that's what my mum said when I came out after Paul.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Got another one.
Got another one.
Oh, good.
Next.
There.
Well, have a good weekend, and hope to see you Monday. Yeah.
Painted.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have a great day, guys. I'll see you again very soon.
Cheers, Gary.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap it up because Katie made me some soup about 20 minutes ago and it's been sat next to me.
Oh, yeah, you got to have the soup. You can't have it when it's cold.
Exactly, and we've got Sharp to watch. So
this has been a lot of fun.
Very much.
Yeah.
Sonic says, cool. Always wanted a Help for Heroes hoodie to go with my combats, and it would be nice to have some Moles for Heroes stuff to wear with it. Yeah, if you go onto their shop, they've got baseball caps and you can get the Velcro patches and you can get them ones and stuff like that, like embroidered patches and things.
Oh, nice.
Hoodies and stuff like that. Julian says, police were genuinely called to a house where wild animal was reported. It turned out to be a cuddly toy of a lion.
Probably in China.
Tish put the Moles for Heroes and Friends of Moles for Heroes merch site up.
Nice.
You go and have a look. Some nice stuff on there. And I've got one of the Friends of Moles for Heroes t-shirts, and the quality is fantastic. They've done really well with them. Yeah. You can also go on the Moles for Heroes website, and there you can see what we get up to and what sort of things they do, and you can make donations and whatever. Every little helps, and they appreciate everything people do. Sonic says pandas are adorable, especially trash pandas. Cool. Right. So, John, what have you achieved this session?
Right. Oh, I'll change the camera again. Sorry. Quite a bit. So I had sprayed all the accoutrement to put on the details of this thing. So I've attached the wings. I am having trouble getting these wings to stay where they should be. They need to be absolutely parallel. They're looking okay, but I need to leave them overnight. But I've also put a new fillet of blue down there, and I could respray that later if I need to. And starting to get the trapeze down for the undercarriage. So it's starting to look like an Eindecker. Hooray. I made a big error, though. Wow, it's actually very crooked. Yep, I need to fix that. Wow. So half the undercarriage I've painted Cecil green. So that's interior green, the British interior green, but it's actually meant to be RLMO2, a green grey. So I need to go back and repaint it later on. But, that'll happen. And that's what I've done. Eindecker.
What about you, Tim? What have you been doing?
I've been chipping away on the growler. So this was all in parts. Yeah, the plane. This was all in parts earlier today, and I've painted up the cockpit and popped that
Molly.
Yeah, so that's coming along, and I'm just putting all the little gribblies and things on the front landing gear at the moment. Yeah, leaps and bounds today.
We all love a good growler.
The other Marley. What have you been working on for the last 20 minutes?
So I'm only working on the rugby, but I'm working on this. The duller looking Marley would be very pleased to know that I'm actually getting somewhere. So this is, you probably can't see it, but this is my cockpit. So it's taken a long time, and the reason for it is I've got this aftermarket kit from Edward, and it's for an Airfix model, and this is an Edward model,
Yeah.
which is odd. And all these bits that I've done, I've had to modify them and cut them and everything to make this stuff all fit. I have battled this, and I think I've won.
Oh,
That's
Excellent.
what I'm up to.
Excellent. I've got a little bit of progress.
Oh, there you go. Let's
All right.
have a look at Jim. What's Jim done?
Show us again, Mr. St. John Limbo.
I've been working on the Tiger, slowly getting this thing going. Got the photo etch installed, a little bit there. Oh, I'm sorry, a little bit here, a little bit there on the tools. Got the grills and everything, the intake grills on the deck done. So I'm just doing it sub-assembly at a time, doing the lower hull. And then once I'm done with that, to a certain point, I'll move on to the turret and paint it all when I'm ready. But yeah, it's coming along. Got the texture done, the cast texture on the top of the hull and the sides, and the front back plates. Got to do this a little bit, but yeah, it's coming along. I finally got back to it after weeks of doing nothing with it. But that's it. Nothing on the Tomcat. Still haven't started that yet. But as you saw on my disc, I sent those pictures to Discord. I broke that Grant tank out of my Dungeon of Doom, and going to try and get that finished too, because I really like that model. It's just too nice to be sitting in a box.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Very nice.
Couple more chat comments. Sonic says chipping away at the what? Laugh out loud.
Creepily.
Yeah.
Sad face and sniggering face, I think. I don't know. June says they broke the mold when they made him. It's supposed to be a compliment. What if they meant hell no, never again and smashed the mold? Laugh out loud. But some of it grew back. There we go. Yeah, so all I've done is focus your stupid epoxy thing. Stop focusing on me. I know I'm beautiful, but there you go.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, it's starting to look a bit better.
Cool.
There you go.
Very nice.
Take it off my ugly mug, just because I'm beardful. Right.
I just noticed that name change, Mikey. Very good. Fair play.
Yeah, have you noticed Paul actually calls himself the better looking Marley as well now? I like it.
I think I'll use it for the rest of my life. Thank you, Maggie.
Julie says, behind every great man is a woman. And there is a cliff in the front. Yes. Right. We're going to head off now, and we're going to go and watch Sharp and have some dinner. So thank you guys for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, great seeing
thanks
you.
for having me again. Always appreciate the invite.
And thanks for everyone watching around the literal planets. It's always wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the analytics, and we do actually have people watching Russia and all sorts now.
Really? Okay.
They were hitting most of the continents.
Okay.
Yeah, they probably think it's the AUKUS deal going on at some point.
Oh, I thought of a name for a new comedy. We could have it in take place in Russia. We could call it Vlad's Army.
On that note, now that we've officially offended everyone, target hit. We will be back on Monday at 2 p.m. UK time, obviously.
Right.
For our viewers panel. So if you guys want to come back on, you're more than welcome. Then next Thursday we'll be back. I need to speak to you about that, John, because there's been a change in Kay's appointments.
No problems.
Yeah. So we'll see you.
I'll have Gary's people talk to your people. We'll come up with something.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from
it's goodbye from
Goodbye
that
all
guy.
of them.
Well, both of them. And them. The exits are here and here.
And
Yeah.
Tim has a lovely growler.
June says, great chat, everyone. Laugh out loud, Julian. And Julian says, "Oh, firing squad." Yes. Right. We'll see you all next week, everyone. Bye for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So long.